Another thrilling tale. The adventures of kobolds, and I've already ruined the screen. Needs to be put in the right place. Darn you, OBS. Seriously, OBS, come on. Get your shit together. Yeah, alright, there we go. Now it's...
I like how we've never had a normal opening.
No, because I'm weird.
No, it's because something goes wrong right when you start things.
This entire campaign is weird. It's not just...
Okay, I'm glad it's not just me.
No, it's not just him.
Okay.
It's just the technology keeps on messing with him every time.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not sad. Jumbled, thank you for the follow. All right. Well, without further ado, without further technological issues, we can get right into it. Last time, for the Kobold crew. After hearing out Valin Harpel and the extent of her mission looking for the lost city of Netheril, the party of kobolds returned to Ten Towns, specifically to visit Targos, and learn about a commotion that had occurred with a captured Duergar spy. In coming back to Targos, you managed to meet with Speaker Nerth, to which he told you of the captured spy. Well, from what the spy could tell at least, before he took his own life, before revealing too much information, that Ten Towns' death would come on dragon's wings. And that they were working on something very important, and it involved the heavy amounts of Chardalin that all of them were collecting in the Icewind Dale. After accepting the mission as one of the various guises, or various kinsmen of the Giant of Eldath, you all began the trek to the fortress of Sunblight. And in doing so, after a little bit of hunting, some bear, and just thrashing it completely, you managed to find the fortress itself, completely smooth and gray, cut from the stone of the mountain. Let me move that to the side a little bit. There we go. And as you approach the fortress, a great scraping and metallic clanging arose as two metallic doors opened from the top of the mountain, opening to reveal a great, presumably Chardalin creation, resembling that of a dragon. Upon its exit from this fortress, 250 feet up in the air, it flew faster than anything you've ever seen, almost as fast as Arveatrace herself, flying towards Ten Towns. Even with Muerte Blanca's fast speed, knowing that it would be difficult to catch up to the beast, considering that there may be some way to turn off the dragon, perhaps, in the fortress itself, you all decided to venture inward and see what you could find. And so, after a little bit of investigating and a little bit of trouble opening the main door, you managed to sneak your way inside. And upon doing so, and sneaking past all the different Duergar guards with your unique skill sets, presumably your small size and kobold stealth and ingenuity, you came across this room right here, to which you discovered something terrible. A flight plan with estimations of the times that it would take for the dragon to fly between town to town, presumably on a path of terrible destruction. And as you all contemplated how much time is of the essence, we're going to return to where you left off. So, kobolds, how do you proceed?
Well, this room seems like it belongs to someone important, right? It's a pretty big room for a barracks.
It does seem important. In fact, it seems all the accommodations that are present here, it definitely seems to be made for someone of very high status.
If I were hiding something like that, I'd hide it under the bed.
If that's where it is, we're killing this person on principle.
Is there anything under the bed?
He said, hoping.
What are you looking for exactly under the bed?
Anything at all.
Yeah.
Anything at all? Sure, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
It's mostly making a joke, but...
I know, but like just in case you see anything. Like you never know. You never know.
I guess I would be helping.
Oh, then I guess I'll roll that again.
I believe emboldening bond should be on Skanuk, Hawks, and myself, so you should be able to add that.
Fair enough.
Okay. So with help and emboldening bond, I guess it's a 23.
Okay.
We thoroughly checked that bed.
You did thoroughly check. In fact, you checked so thoroughly, I have to recheck my notes just to be sure there is nothing under there. Because you never know with these sorts of things. So let's see, which room is that in particular?
It'd be difficult.
Yes. Well, it seems that your joke was correct. There is, in fact, nothing under the bed. However, there is something that you do notice. As you're kind of looking around, you kind of like dust yourself off as you get up from the bed, and like, what a waste of time. Your eyes suddenly turn over to this corner of the room down here, specifically in the other room. You notice that there's a section of that wall that has a smooth metal handle that was very kind of hard to see in the smoky gloom that kind of permeates the fortress.
Well. Does it seem like it's a door?
Do you pull it?
Gonna
Because right now you just see a handle.
Done.
get hit in the head with something, ain't I?
The door.
Yeah, I'll pull it.
Alright, you pull it. Reveals a very small passageway. It is 5 feet wide, 10 feet tall.
What about this door here?
As you open that door...
Oh, no, not opening it. Is there any way for me to, like, peek through it before opening it?
Oh,
Oh, no. I'm not opening it yet.
Perception check. With disadvantage because of the smoky gloom. Keep in mind, this smoky kind of like haze is like surrounding the entirety of
You do
the
have
fortress.
emboldening bond, though.
You do have emboldening bond.
You just know that, like, I open this and there's eight Dwergar guards just, like, playing poker behind it.
We're like 10 Duergar stuffed in a closet. Okay. Roll d4.
Well, 13.
13. Okay. It is a little bit dark in there, but because of your kobold sight, you do see that it goes into a little closet. And in this closet, there actually is quite a bit. Inside this closet, you see that there is a 2-foot-tall statuette of a Duergar, I'll say, completely made of chartelin. It depicts a nude female Duergar with no facial features and a spiked crown atop her bald head. You also see, stacked on small shelves around, there are Mind Flayer skulls, which you recognize because you've seen one before. Well, you've seen at least the general head shape of one, at the very least. Remembering your time with the gnomish ceramorphs. There is also something else in the closet. An iron trunk that is bolted to the floor. Upon the iron the iron trunk, you see a pair of dwarven dials carved out of obsidian. On these dials, you can see it is in fact a sequence of numbers that you cannot read.
Sorry for interrupting, I guess. The hidden passageway thing. If we want to continue with that, this will wait for a moment.
All right. So, going back to you, Hogs, going down that passageway.
It seems like it leads back to a room that we've seen a little bit of before already.
Indeed it does. As you head your way down there is another handle, this time on the inside of a wall.
So if I pull that and open it up...
All right. Do you wish to do so stealthily?
I will attempt to, yes.
All right. Go ahead and attempt. Oh.
Add the D4.
At that point, you're just making fun. Okay, a 5.
I was gonna say Hawks might still be invisible, but I think
no, he's not. He attacked
someone. Yeah.
Okay. So, as you try and pry open the door, it takes a little bit more heft than you were thinking, and while trying to be stealthy, you accidentally use more force than you're anticipating, as it is actually quite easy to open this door from the inside of the wall. And as you push it open, there's a loud cracking sound as you push it. Which now you will be able to see a bit more of this room. Oh, I said you can see more of this room. Roll 20.
Not less.
I swear, every time I try and use roll 20 to reveal a room, it instead does the opposite.
Does. Anyway.
You
see more now.
You see more now, yes. Technology. So what you can see is a lone stone table flanked by stone benches dominating this room, which is heated and illuminated by braziers of glowing hot coals. And through the hazy smoke, you can see featureless stone doors lining the walls. While peeking in, as quietly as you tried to be, you hear from the opposite side of the room a, "Huh? What's that?" A female Duergar voice. And you hear footsteps approaching your way.
Gales,
what do you do?
I think we might be done out there. I think we're going to spend some time in here if you want to come in here.
I hear this.
Alright, so I guess if I pull the lever again, does it close?
You do. Alright. You close it, yes. Alright, she's going to roll a check here.
So I think I found maybe an escape path. There's a Duergar on the other side who heard me open the other door.
Alright. I would need you to make... Actually, no. The 7... Passive perception... You hear from the other side of the wall, "Thought I heard something."
Must have been the wind.
There ain't no wind in the air, only the smoke. What? Who said that? No. Must have been my imagination.
The sounds of the city.
As much as
Anyway.
Anyway. You hear the clanking footsteps get quieter as they are walking away.
So yeah, it looks like this might be a path that someone could use to escape this room and try to go get away from trouble if they're cornered here.
Should we trap it?
That's not a bad idea, actually.
All right, what do you want to do to trap it?
Does anyone have a bucket?
I might.
I do not have a bucket. I have a water skin.
Mm-hmm.
I have some whale oil, and I have a barrel of oil. Which I'm assuming is also whale oil.
Why are you so oily?
It's essential oils. It's all natural. Gotta be with Ildeth,
Well, the whale of oil I think is for a lantern, just in case we actually need light for something.
That's what's meant for. But
Either
of course,
that
it has
or
many uses.
no. The whale oil I actually had for another purpose. I just remembered. It was in case somebody needed to light something on fire. But the barrel of oil I got from something up near the ice flows. Somebody gave it to me. Oh, it was the one that they were. I don't know. Anyway, I have a barrel of oil, but I do not have a bucket.
All right, well, you have one step of a possibility of a trap. Does anyone else have anything to contribute? Scales, Hawks, Skanok?
I guess I have some acid vials. We prefer to use that. I don't know that they'll really be lethal, or particularly destructive. Let's see. What have we got? You'd think this would be the thing of my class.
I won't have much of anything.
I could sink a couple of pythons into the walls and tie a rope between them in hopes of tripping someone.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to do that, I'd say that'd be easy enough. I would say make a simple... Make a sleight of hand check, and the DC will be the total of your roll.
I have advantage on sleight of hand now from one of these. Cloud Rune, right? Yeah.
I believe it was your Cloud Rune, yeah. Because your Stone Rune gives you insight. Oh my goodness.
And I rolled a 4 for the Emboldening Bond, too, so 24.
The most blessed tripwire you've ever seen.
Hey, hold on.
I'm gonna take the pythons out of my inventory, and then I will cut my rope length down by, 10 feet, you think?
Sounds about right.
I actually have to make it. That's significant enough that I'm making a note about it here. I was going to make a note about it anyway, but now there's a special mention in my notes. Highlighted, emboldened, italicized.
Emboldening bond.
Indeed.
I guess we've still technically got an anvil. No, wait, we actually sold that. Didn't we?
You
Aw,
did actually.
dang. That was so useful, and now we've lost
Oh,
the...
but that would have been the most Looney Tunes D&D shit I've ever heard.
It
Oh,
even had a chain that we could have attached it to the ceiling with.
What were we thinking selling that?
We should have kept.
now I'm sad.
We'll get another one because now Skanuk is like, yes.
That's gonna be our MO from now
Well,
on.
okay, well here's the thing. Here's the thing. They had to send someone out to find someone to buy it. It could still if there's enough time and it's not destroyed from the dragon, you might be able to still buy it back or take it back. Who knows?
Alright, we've gotta save that town so we can save that anvil.
Priorities. Love it.
No,
This is
that's town and then anvil, right? Priority is still there. The
That
anvil's
was
just an
in-
extra bonus.
That was in Targos. That's where that was. That was in Targos where that happened.
Luckily, that's near the end of the list, I think.
I believe.
Skanuk has never been more invested in saving 10 towns.
It's where I keep my stuff.
Oh boy, I'll get my stuff. All right. In any case, you have. Let's see here. With a natural 20, I say it would not have taken you much time, maybe 5 minutes at most. So you saved a lot of time in doing so. And of course, the doom that Ten Downs is facing is a little bit further away than it would have been had you rolled lower. Because of course, as I mentioned before at the end of the last session, the longer that you take in here, the time.
That's true.
Feel a little bad for.
We are rushed. I forgot that was the case.
Okay.
What was in that room over there, Skanak?
There were some statues and a chest. Looked kind of secure. Has some dwarven writing on it. And then Skunk is going to open the door, but he's going to do so from like here.
Alrighty. What are you looking over there for, Skunk? I'm so sorry.
You'd like to open the closet.
Alright. Being as careful as you can, you open the closet and... nothing. You're fine.
Okay. Let's take a look at this chest. What else did you say was in there? There was a statue?
Yes, so there's that statue that clearly has some sort of religious connotation, you imagine. There's a sort of a reverence to the design. Clearly it's someone of note. Actually, for anyone who wishes to, you can go ahead and make a religion check if you wish. But there is also in there basically several small shelves that are just filled with Mind Flayer's skulls.
Right.
In addition, there's the iron chest as well.
Okay.
25.
Sorry, iron trunk, not chest. So it's basically like a slab, essentially. Actually, there is one more thing. There is a Chardelin statuette of a dragon that looks very much like the one that you saw flying out. Clearly it must be an early design model, but it is, despite being a design model, also made of Chardelin.
Can I inspect that to see if it's, like, magically attached somehow?
Sure, make an Arcana check. Let's see here. So both Scales, Skanuk, and Meepo, as you look at the statue, being kobolds and being knowledgeable of things that dwell in the Underdark, you would have heard tales of a goddess of the Duergar called Deep Dura. Deep Dura, in this sense, is a goddess who led the Duergar to learn about the knowledge of psionics. She has quite a high reverence in Duergar society. She's not the head of the pantheon, but she is quite knowledgeable. She's one of the looked more towards in terms of like pure psionic ability.
Psionics, you say?
Indeed, all of you would know that most of Duergar like their powers to be able to turn invisible and enlarge themselves. You know that does stem from an innate psionic ability.
Well, I kind of have to sit back and wonder then, if we're looking for some sort of control apparatus, right? And we're dealing with someone who clearly has some reverence for someone who's, into the whole mind powers thing, then maybe we'd be looking for someone who's got the thing with them and might be directly controlling it, rather than just turning it on and sending it out.
That's a good point. That means we gotta look for a room with a bunch of people. Which also means there's probably a bunch of guards. Anything in here look magical? Aside from the statues, which probably do look magical. Chartlin and all that.
Roll an Arcana check. As far as you can tell, only the statue itself looks somewhat magical. That's because, even though it was like a kind of a middle of the road role, you at least determine.
17.
Oh, 17? Okay, I'll give you one more. The statue has an innate sort of pulse to it. As you like stare at the statue, you can't help but feel a pressure in the back of your head. There clearly is something odd about the statue, more than just having religious significance. The dragon figurine itself, surprisingly, does not seem to be giving off any magical. Because remember, this is you would have to have a detect magic to actually know, but nothing outwardly suggests that. As far as anything else, unfortunately, that's all you can kind of get with that. You would really need a spell like detect magic to really know more.
Feeling a bit iconoclastic right now. What do you think? Break it up? Gonna cause some noise. Maybe we use it as a trap? Drop it on somebody when they come in through a door?
Oh, that would work.
I mean,
That
if we
can be
didn't have
our
the bucket.
replacement anvil. And then maybe break it on...
Yeah. Let's take it with us and see if we can't use it to bonk some poor schmuck over the head.
Alright, so you take the statuette with you.
You got any, like, tongs over in that, forge over there? So we don't have to touch it? I don't think it's...
Probably have tongs in my smith's tools.
Right, but if we want to just toss the statue along with the tongs, then you don't have to go get them back. If we borrow them.
Actually, if you're looking to destroy it, you want to just toss it in the forge? Probably do it.
That's a good
Really?
point. At least it won't be easy to get it back.
I am.
Ox will take it, I guess, and
Is the forge lit, or is it just touches something up?
No, it is actually lit. It does seem like it's for personal use. But yeah, it is lit.
Like a bit of sacrilege to start off the day.
What'd you say?
Nothing like a bit of sacrilege to start off the day.
I see you're just gonna... So you're going to try and move the Deep Dura statue?
yeah, I'm going to use a set of tongs for my smith's tools to grab it.
Okay. As you try and remove the statue with your tongs, you go ahead and make a... Just go ahead and make a athletics check for me.
Schmuck will assist with his own tongs.
This is probably near the end of the time for you to be able to use
At this point, emboldening bond would be over. Yes, it has been passed over. Ooh, well, thankfully you didn't need it. If you had rolled lower, it probably would have been worse. But with the natural 20 for a total of 26, you basically can do it holding it with one hand. You're a swobold, as some would say. You lift that statue with the tongs. You get in just a spot where it's not going to break, and you lift it over towards the forge. I assume you drop it in?
Yep.
All right. You drop the statuette into the forge, and it immediately begins to melt. Doesn't seem to have a very high melting point, it seems. And there it goes, destroyed.
We have something we can put in there that would be like Eldathy instead. You know, to make it a little more pleasant. We have some chalk. We could, like, draw a symbol of Eldath in there.
Is the symbol of Eldath a circle with 4 lines that converge in the middle?
something like that, yeah. It's like a waterfall kind of.
Oh.
All right.
So about this.
Mm-hmm.
So about this chest.
Yes.
What? So it's got like It's got two dials on it that are written in, I guess, dwarven numbers. I'm presuming dwarven numbers, maybe undercommon numbers.
Seemingly, although it seems like... It seems more like less of like a safe dial and more like a mechanism. Sort of like where you would slot something in.
Interesting. What do the hinges look like?
At best guess, the hinges are on the back, and there doesn't seem to be like any on the front. So assumedly these, where these dials are assumedly the locking mechanism.
So if I like climb onto it and sort of, like, can I like get a look at the hinges?
Sure.
There?
As you kind of you gotta take a look at the back. It's pretty close to the side of the wall, so you have to get it like really up close and kind of scrunching yourself down to get a better look at it. But as you're taking a look, you notice that the hinges themselves are also made of chatelaine, funnily enough. Very simple though, like nothing too fancy. Like there's a simple door hinge kind of shape.
Okay. Could I potentially take the pin out of them?
Possibly. I would let you do a thieves check for that. Using your, a dexterity check using your thieves tools.
Okay.
I'm gonna come out here and help Scales keep watch.
Yeah, Scales, as you're out there, we can get to you now. Scales, what have you been doing this whole time?
I heard a chunk, and kind of startled for a bit and looked down the hallway, left and right, and making sure I didn't see anyone coming.
Okay.
Previously, before that.
Previously before that, what?
When they were checking underneath the bed, I rolled like an 8 perception.
Unfortunately, because of the smoky haze, you aren't able to see much. I will say... Roll again. Just in case. You might... another 8. Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Alright. So, as you're kind of like waiting out their Scales, you are met with a familiar hand on your shoulder as Meepo is behind you.
How's it going out here?
Nice and quiet.
That's both good and worrisome. Well, I'll help ya.
Indeed. Meepo, why don't you also roll a perception check for me?
Perception check.
$16. Okay. Meepo. Out of the corner of your eye, you hear and see a pair of stone doors opening directly to the south of you.
I'm going to attempt to drag Scales back into this room.
All right, go ahead and make a stealth check for me, and with advantage.
And leave the door just ajar so that we can look out. With advantage?
Yes, or well, either one of you can roll, or one of you can roll with advantage. I'm considering this as like one of you helping the other.
Do you have good stealth?
I have +3 to it.
You're better than me. Go ahead. Advantage.
15. Okay. Nope. You kind of hear like a, oh, my bloody head. Oh, my sides. Where did those damn things go? No matter if they're inside, maybe they'll stop so the rock. And you hear the individual close the stone door, and you hear footsteps walking away.
Meepo gives a thoughtful look to Scales.
Alright, and as you do that, Skanak, you rolled really high on your Thieves' Tools check.
Gotta love that expertise.
There is a complication, though.
I know.
As you were very eager to unlock the thing, you forgot one thing. To check for traps.
I was going for the hinges because I was worried about traps.
Unfortunately, as you remove the spring and kind of lift it open, you hear a ka-toom, 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 a series of clicks and whirls as something within the chest begins to spring, and suddenly I actually need you to make both a dexterity saving throw and a con save as the lid beneath you is launched upward 5 feet in the air.
Ooh. Using the lid
saving
as
throw?
the trap.
7. Alright. You are knocked prone, and you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you land on your butt. Thankfully, though, kind of like realizing what's happening, you quickly get the scent of a terrible odor in the air as gas starts to fill the room. So thankfully, because you saved, you only take half of this. You take 9 points of poison damage.
Gas trap.
Alright. As you kind of get slowly but surely, the gas kind of like dissipates afterward. But you kind of can see like what happened. It seems there was a mechanized orb in the center of the chest that was kind of like... It was kind of like a bunch of different wires all attached to different pins on the inside of the orb. Like basically like little door hooks. Oh, not door hooks. What's the word? You know the little hook thing that you kind of screw into walls? What are they called? What are they? Is it just like a picture frame hook? No. What's the word I'm looking for?
A command hook? Or no, because you screw into walls. I don't know. I think they're just called hooks.
Okay, well, it's basically like a bunch of different hooks that are screwed into this orb, and all a bunch of different wires are like basically like pulled and pulled into like several parts of the chest. But on the hinges, on the lock in the front, it seems like whoever designed this really did not want anyone to open this chest. But as you look inside, you see the spoils in front of you. Let's see here. A tune fills the air as you found treasure. Right, you find a pair of carved obsidian dwarven sandals. Let's see. Just write that down. Also, my spelling is horrible. Please ignore me. Hold on. I can fix that.
Obsidian sandals.
Obsidian sandals. You also see a quilted smoking jacket, sized for a dwarf and sewn with 50 gemstones. It is a magnificent piece of clothing.
Smoking jacket? I can just imagine Skinnock wearing that.
Absolutely. I'm gonna put that, pack that away nice and safe.
Yeah, it's not a very you get the sense that Duergar don't really have a whole sense of too much fashion. So really it's just kind of it's basically slate gray with a darker gray shirt underneath. It's very basic. But with the gemstones adds a little bit of flair at least.
Needs more fur. Just fur. Skinnock's sense of fashion is not there. cause me flare. It's just more gaudy.
Alrighty. Apologies. I'm basically just taking a little bit more time because I'm typing it out as well. So there's something else that you see. Ah, here's one. A malachite beard comb set with 7 red garnets.
Oh. Well, that'll be a good sell, I guess.
Yes, all of these seem like they could sell for a pretty penny, though you don't know how much exactly. Ah, here's another one. A hookah made of platinum and star sapphire. And last, but certainly not least, you see a rolled-up leather scroll with a sequence of numbers written in Dwarvish. Different than the numbers that you saw on the dials. This seems to be more like a sequence.
Sequence, you said.
Yeah, but you cannot read them because you do not read Dwarvish. At this point, both Scales and Meepo would be on the inside as well.
Ox can read anything.
And Meepo's got her own gears turning here. Planning on dragging Scales into something else.
Fair enough. If so, would you like to read the sequence of numbers, Hawks?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to write this out here. So give me just a minute. This is going to take a bit. Let's see, so the first set is... The first sequence is 136 and then 8. Sorry, it should be 8-2-7.
One, 3, 6, 8, 2, 7.
And the second sequence is 252 563. The third sequence is 975 714. And the final sequence is 434 299. I don't know why that's separate from the others, but there we go. So it seems to be the 136 and 827 are together. So it's basically the top and then the one below it in sequences. So 2 sets of numbers, 3 sets in each row, or 3 numbers in each row.
Interesting.
Hawks will pocket that. Just...
I'll take that out of Skinup's inventory then. I am so excited. I am so excited for Skinup to wear a massively oversized smoking jacket while using a hookah. And wearing a pair of obsidian sandals. Glorious.
Indeed.
This is the most garish being imaginable. Alright.
But it all seems to fit in my mind with what Skunnock would do in his leisure time.
Yes.
It just fits his personality so well. So, for Scales and Meepo down there, would you like to reveal what you just heard, or are you still kind of mentally thinking about what you just heard?
I'm going to kind of turn over to Scales and say, I think I found an inside man. You think we can talk to him without getting in trouble? I
don't know. We're kind of in trouble already. anyone finds us, we're basically dead.
Well, I don't think that one particular is gonna kill us. Did you hear what he said?
Kinda here and there.
I think he wants us to stop them from doing what they're doing.
Well, why would he want that? He's
I don't
with
know.
them.
Want to talk with the others first?
I would. I mean, I'm not the decision maker in any
Alright.
group.
Then I will go over to the others and tell them what I overheard, which was something about him saying we would stop the thing and he was just leaving us to do that.
So he doesn't want stuff to happen.
Apparently not.
Roll an insight check. Just I guess it's like a post-insight check, Meepo. You might have caught something. $27. As you're kind of thinking about it, you're not sure if exactly if it's because he regrets what's happening necessarily, but there's definitely something more going on here. It might be something to play on, to see what loyalties lie between Duergar here.
Well, I think it's worth trying.
You definitely didn't sense remorse, is what if that's what you were looking for.
He may be from a different faction or something.
So is it kind of the enemy of the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
Is my temporary ally, at least. Did you notice anything when you were going by that area earlier, Hawks?
Well, when I was poking around, he seemed kind of nervous, like he was waiting for someone. So I don't know.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Just gonna fix.
And, who wants to come with me?
Oh,
I'll go.
yeah.
Alright. Double checking to see if there's anybody in the hallway before I go out.
Alright. Roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage with the check on perception I do.
12.
bad.
Okay. As you're looking outside, Meepo, you have to quickly grab scales as you hear and see ka-toom, ka-toom, ka-toom. A Duergar making its rounds this way. Kind of taking a look around. Where's that damn oaf? Should have swapped for my shift a while ago. Gurek! What are you doing? It's just like a muffled sound as the doors close.
Kind of peeking through the crack in the door to see if the dwarves come out.
Alright. You just hear muffled. It seems that you're hearing muffled conversation. This time you can make another perception check, but not at disadvantage because you're listening instead of seeing.
Perception again. $
24. Very nice. you kind of have to strain a little bit because the doors are closed. But it seems like the door is not completely closed. It seems like whoever, the dwarf that went into this room, left it just slightly ajar enough that you could listen to what was happening inside. Even though it's slightly still muffled, you can hear two voices conversing.
Guruk, what happened? Why are you bleeding from your belly? It was the hammerers. Yes. A bit of an accident. One of them went haywire. Had to hit him, set him straight. Aye, nothing too much to worry about. The hammerer did that, did he?
I'm gonna have to make some rolls here. 1 second. Okay.
All right. Fine then. Stay here, get some rest. I'll cover your shit for you, but you owe me one.
And you see the Duergar, the one that had previously entered, making their way back out. And then clunk, 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 clunk.
Alright, I think we're good to go now. Across the room.
Alright, Scales, you can go ahead and follow Meepo.
Slowly open the door.
Alright. Despite the noise that a stone door would make, you do remember that there was a bunch of metallic clanging and kind of like whirring noises coming from deep below. To mitigate some of the noise that you're making.
And I'm gonna kind of whisper the Jurgar's name. The other guy just said his name.
Yes, Gurik, you heard.
Gurik. Gurik.
The Duergar freezes. It does not say anything.
I get the sense that you're not entirely on board with the other Durgars.
He seems to be having trouble saying anything.
I can't say anything. Not to you.
Well, why not?
It takes a big dwarf to admit that he's afraid of a man. But I fear Zardarok Sunblight. But there is one woman I turn to in these times like these. But I can't say much. Just go across the hall. Go down the hallway, the first door on your left. I cannot say any more. Go.
Going back over.
Is there anyone down there waiting?
Shh, just go. I'm not trying to trick you if that's what you're worried about.
Let's go, Scales. I'm gonna roll an insight as we walk out.
Sure, go ahead.
Ooh.
10.
Ah, good.
8. Sorry, not advantage.
I got you,
Oh.
don't worry.
Sad.
Thankfully, he rolled low, but he was not trying to deceive you necessarily. He was trying to hide his own emotions. You can tell there is a conflict inside of him. You sense there is some... You sense a feeling of loyalty. Not when mentioning a Zardarok, but when mentioning someone being involved in the room that he's mentioning. There's a strong sense of pride. But you notice that when he said to mention the name Zardarok, he trembled. There was a great fear inside of him. He was definitely not faking that fear.
He won't find out you're involved. And I'll just leave and go back across and let them know what we found out. Or Scales can do so, whichever.
As the room turns towards Scales.
Huh? Why are you guys looking at me?
Gee.
I'm not good at this espionage stuff, guys. Come on.
As they all start, as everyone starts like crowding around Scales, leaning in close.
Scales. I feel so bad for Scales.
I don't.
Caught up in madness, he had no interest in. Alright.
Well, I'll let you know. Seems he's not a fan of Sunblight, the guy I guess this place is named after. And there's somebody else who also isn't a fan of it. And he directed us towards a door further on down that hallway. And it didn't seem quite like a trap, from what I could tell.
He seems kind of like me, just afraid of the biggest bully in the room. It seems to be this Zardark guy that he keeps talking about.
Okay, so let's do some investigating.
It was the first door on the left, he said, right?
Correct.
Did he mention which way down the hallway?
You get the sense he was referring to this direction.
Okay.
Alright, well,
That would be this door here.
Correct.
There's also another guard that's apparently taken his shift for him. So, we don't have to worry about that guard coming out. So those two are going to stay where they are for now.
alright, well,
Very well then.
We
guys.
should get going because we don't have much time.
is
Indeed.
the hallway clear?
Make a perception check. At disadvantage. $16. Very nice. As you try and listen in, and try and kind of squint your eyes against the smoky haze, you look to your left, you look to your right. Amidst all the clanging and whirring, you don't hear any footsteps, you don't see anyone. To the best of your knowledge, the coast is clear.
Fox will.
I'm going to
Not
help
bad.
Hawks with his stealth.
Alright, guys.
Come on.
Group stealth check, let's go!
Actually, instead of that, I'm going to cast a spell here. Instead of helping.
Ah,
I feel the best.
very good, actually.
It is centered on a point that I can see. So it's a 20-foot radius, which means a 40-foot... Well, can we get a
Diameter.
circle here?
If only there was a tool that one could
Or in,
use to make a
green.
circle.
Circle, 40-foot radius.
If
Yes, of course.
only.
I'm just gonna put it here, I think.
Right there? Okay, let me put that on the map layer then. Alrighty. There you go. With that, I'm gonna say, yeah, you guys can just move freely as you move through that circle.
I'm gonna just wave him on to run. And then once we get through the circle, then I'm gonna hold my hand up to my lips and then drop silence once we're all through it.
Alright. Sound returns. And it's kind of like a little bit of whiplash as the sound of clanging and banging of metal returns to your ears. Or ear holes, as it were, because you're kobolds.
They're still ears.
They're still ears, but... Anyway, you do see a set of double stone doors to your left. Do you wish to open them?
Yes.
Alrighty. Now roll 20. I know we've had our differences in the past, but if you could reveal what I see behind this door. There you go. I knew I could count on you, roll 20. I knew I could count on you. So, you open the door. I'll describe what you see. You see 3 braziers heaped with glowing hot coals, illuminating and heating a long, private dining hall. At the eastern end is a hexagonal stone table surrounded by 6 stone chairs. Seated in the chair, at the far end, you see a haggard old Duergar with long black streaked hair with ribbons of white and fingernails like shards of iron. She is currently devouring a hearty buffet of cooked meats, mushrooms, and strange underdark fare. Lurking next to her is a small mechanical dragon made of chartolin. It almost resembles a pseudo-dragon in its appearance, but it kind of clicks and whirs as it moves along. Hunched over a hot stove to the west side are 3 Duergar cooks, and at the sight of you, they drop their utensils and reach for their weapons. But the old lady lifts up her hand and says something in Dwarvish, which you would understand, people, because you speak Dwarvish.
Hold on there. How strange creatures will come to this hall. Stop, do not attack them. I wish to hear them out.
And she will clap her hands, and the dwarves will all drop their weapons.
I'll ask in Dwarvish if she speaks common.
Aye, I speak common.
Please.
Have a seat. Join me.
And she kind of gestures towards the empty seats. Oh, darn it. Hang on. No, I got this, hang on. Hang on. It's fixed, right, it's fixed. Please do not go under the chairs. It is more comfortable above them. So, as you sit down, the dwarves actually come and bring you plates of your own. Which, I must say, there are, of course, several dishes made with mushrooms and meats, but there's also some other underdark fare in here. Namely, the main course appears to be a brain-looking thing, but it has these quadrupedal legs that are kind of tucked in, almost like a turkey almost. 6, maybe you have no idea what this is. But currently it has a knife kind of stuck in the top, and it is currently being sliced off little bit by little bit, one piece at a time, and then placed on your plates.
Please, dig in.
Yeah, you know what this is, Caleb. You know what this is. It is dead, I will say that, so you don't gotta worry about anything, but still.
Oh, good.
Still.
I'm wondering what Meepo would think about eating something that looks like this.
It definitely doesn't look appetizing for someone of a more like for a more
Normal
quote
palate.
unquote quote unquote normal. I mean, what is really normal in D&D
Right.
here? But
An over dark palette.
yeah, an above ground palate, I'd say. Even that eating brains is not quite that common. She actually kind of gestures her hands as well. As they're kind of like eating what seems the least
Mushrooms.
or the most palpable. The mushrooms, for instance. You notice that there is a thin layer of ash that is covering it. It seems to spoil the taste for you, for some of you at least. It seems that the woman at the far end, though, does not seem to mind, though. She eats it with a smile. And she kind of gestures, and one of the chefs brings you a dark-looking drink, which also smells of mushrooms, which is poured from a jug onto the table before her and to each of you in your own glasses. She kind of leans forward. Do any of you drink the liquid?
Sure.
So,
Lived
Yeah.
underground for a while eating mushrooms with a giant.
Sknuk has no scruples at all. So sure.
All right. So you drink it, and it is foul for most of you. For Hawks and Sknuk, it probably wouldn't be that bad. Yeah. Scales, you take one whiff of that. Oh no.
The thing with prestidigitation, you can flavor up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for 1 hour. So I'm gonna flavor my drink to not grossness.
Yeah, the hardest part is the smell, honestly. You plug your nose, you cast your spell a little nasally, and you chug it down. With whatever flavor you chose. To both Hawks and Sknuk, you've had worse. It's definitely an alcoholic drink, for sure. Little bit on the lighter side for alcohol. The overwhelming taste of mushroom is just overwhelmingly mushroomy. Like, so much so that it seems to maybe some of the mushrooms maybe absorb the alcohol out of it, perhaps? Who knows? It's definitely not a usual standard alcoholic brew, for sure. But the woman at the far end, this elderly Duergar, kind of like clasps, kind of like a walking stick, and kind of like leans forward a little bit. So, strange people have come to our hall. You know, this Duergar tradition to kill outsiders who are not where they belong. But you have come regardless, as kobolds no less. Usually kobolds, the ones that I have met, are frightened creatures that run away at this first sign of a giant rat.
Yeah, that's a quarter of us, honestly.
And yet you have come regardless.
I had no choice. There's a giant bird out there that would kill me if I didn't go.
In the distance, you just hear, regardless, you have come. Might I inquire as to why?
I guess I'm the one that might have the closest answer to what you're looking for. I'm an emissary of Eldath, one of the gods of peace, and we've heard rumors of some less peaceful acts coming from your people. We'd rather you just left us alone and lived your life as you had before.
Peace.
I don't think I know much of what has happened in your people's history, but I do know that I haven't done anything to cause anything you'd want to hate us for, so I'd appreciate it if you call off that dragon.
You watch as the other Duergar in the room kind of look to each other and kind of give sneers, but the woman at the table kind of leans on her staff a little bit, kind of stroking her chin in thought. You must understand something, little one. Peace is not a word that Duergar often say, or mean in truth. And yet, you seek an end to the dragon, yes? I'm afraid that I cannot help you in that regard. The dragon is under Zardarak's command, and only he can command it. But he does not control it. I'm afraid I cannot help you destroy it, but perhaps I can help you in another way. I can tell you most of what you need to know of his activities. And perhaps, if you help me bring him down, I will promise you that Duergar will not trouble the surface folk. We had no stake in Zardarak's plan. Zardarak believes that he is on some divine mission for Deep Dura. She kind of snorts and spits and kind of spits on the ground. Folly. He has become emboldened by the Frost Maiden's rhyme. Thinks he will start an empire above the ground. Foolish, I say. We're only making ourselves targets for the surface folk. I know it, and those who are loyal to me in this fortress know it as well.
Also, I gotta be honest here. As someone from Icewind Dale, is kind of shit.
Trust me, I am very well aware of that, and yet he wants it regardless. He wants to be the king of the shithole. Let him. Or rather, I would say that, if it would not also paint a target on our backs.
Interesting. So, where can we find this clown so that we can, take him down and keep this, dragon from leaving the Dale even more of a shithole than it already is?
In truth, I do not know where Zardarak currently is. I assume he is in the forge, the lower level of the fortress. You'll need to take the elevator shaft down.
Does he have some
key or something to get down there?
No, the elevators work on a rotation. One goes up while one goes down. Constantly.
fascinating?
Is there one that's guarded by one of the people that's loyal to you?
Indeed. Good old Gurrick. Loyal fellow, though bit of a, pansy. Too frightened for his own good of Zardarak, but I have him under my thumb. He is loyal to me, and me alone, despite his fear of Zardarak. The ones you see in this room are loyal to me. In fact, she kind of leans forward again. Should the time come that you need assistance, mention that you are allied with me. It will cause enough schism between the ranks to turn the battle in your favor, perhaps. But I suppose if you are going downstairs, there is more that you'll need to know. In addition to his little game in playing Empire, Zardarak is also capturing Underdark monsters, which he plans to unleash upon the Dale. He has acquired many quaggots to his cause, a few Thonauts as well.
I believe we've captured the Myconid sovereign as well. He's using its spores to reanimate some corpses. I believe we caught an Umber Hulk at one point, but I don't know where that one is.
So, not to go back on subjects, but if we mention that we're here on your behalf, would anyone even believe us?
Names carry great weight. It's not likely that an outsider would know my name.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Plus, as well, my name carries great weight. You see, the only main reason that I am here, Zodrak proposed an alliance between his clan and the Musgard clan, my clan. My name is Grandolfa Musgard. I was approached by Zodrak for marriage, but I have agreed to nothing yet. I admit I care nothing for his brutish and disgusting attempts at seduction. Although I admit his gift, and she kind of drifts a hand towards the pseudo dragon, which kind of clicks and whirs and tilts its head at her, is amusing. Given time, though, I believe I can turn the majority of the fortress against Zodrak. So even if you fail, I will be fine.
Does he have some way of issuing commands to the dragon from here? Or is it just on its way now?
I'm afraid the dragon is already on its way. It has received its last command, and will follow that command until it is done. Or until it has taken enough damage, I suppose, to which it will come back here to be repaired. Of course, if Zodrak is not here when it returns, he kind of gives you a knowing look. No one will be around to repair it.
Would not anyone else of his clan be able to repair it in his stead?
Only he truly knows the right way to repair it. Sure, the others might try their best, but if Zodrak is dead, why would the others bother? By that time, if Zodrak is dead, I will take control.
That relies on the dragon itself suffering enough damage to need to be repaired.
True. Or, if it has destroyed 10 towns enough, that its deed is done, and will also return.
We're trying
In
to
that
avoid
case-
that one.
Do you mind if I use a quick spell to contact someone?
She kind of raises her hand. I allow this.
I'm gonna use sending.
Alright, who are you sending to?
I'm going to send to Torga? Is that her name?
Torga, yes.
I'm gonna let her know that there is a. Okay.
If you want to be quick about it, you can give me like a brief summary if you want.
I'm just gonna-
for time.
Yeah. Basically, I'm gonna let her know there's a Chartland dragon coming for 10 towns. It's gonna go in a horseshoe shape, starting at What's the name of that town?
Duggan's Hole.
Duggan's Hole. Going north and then coming back down south on the other side of the lake. And it needs to be damaged to be stopped. Severely damaged.
Okay, so I can just shorten that a bit for you. Chartland dragon coming for 10 towns. Horseshoe shape starting at Duggan's Hole, leading around. Needs to be damaged to be stopped. Okay. I say you can like shrink that down enough where that can work. You get a response back. Bloody hell, those bastards have fucking done it. Thank you for this information. Thank you for the information. I'll see what I can do. And again, even though it's not intended for you, you're... Boys, pack it up.
You know, it doesn't really make sense, does it? Some of those some of 10 towns are pretty big. Even I expected to kill any one of them, but going back to back like that is kind of a lot. How strong is this thing?
My
Well.
guess is that it's probably depending partially on surprise and partially on going through as many as it can and then coming back, getting repaired, and then going through more.
Keep in mind as well, the dragon will try and stay in the air as best as it can. I doubt many of 10 towns have the firepower to take down a dragon. They may. I believe some of the bigger towns might have enough to damage it slightly, but the dragon does have orders. If it has taken enough damage at one point, it will move to the next.
Let's see. Okay. Okay.
Be thankful that Zardorak entrusts me with this knowledge, that I may pass it on to you.
We are very thankful. This has been a wonderful alliance. I think that this could be something that will at least be mentioned in history books, perhaps, up in our part of town. I'll make sure to remember your name.
Can I insight her, by the way?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, just, you know, I feel like we should at some point.
Sure. 19?
I think you tried to earlier on her men.
Yeah, I had a funny thought that, like, yes, these men are loyal to me, and, like, all three of them are raising daggers.
Just like they all got like the forks and knives out, like
Shifting eyes, looking at each other.
licks lips. All right, 19 though. Just as a quick glance, you get this sense that these are staunch allies. They are fiercely loyal to this woman. You don't get the sense that they would betray her. In addition, on her herself, you do not sense any attempt at deceit. You sense that she is being completely forthright with you. In that sense as well, you get the sense that she probably is not a very good person herself, seeing that she has no qualms with the destruction of the town itself. She just doesn't like that it brings unnecessary attention to her people. And you get the sense that she will... Go ahead.
She just doesn't want to be targeted.
Right, she doesn't want to be targeted. And she feels that this whole business of trying to conquer the surface is folly. You get the sense she's more of a traditionalist and wants to stay in the Underdark. And that's yeah, I suppose that would be the case, wouldn't it?
Oh God.
Sorry. In any case, let's see here. Yeah, you get the sense she's being completely forthright with you.
Interesting. Okay. I will accept that then. Yeah.
So, now that I have told you all this, what are you planning to do next?
Guess we gotta see your man. Who's out there? Does the Zardarok, does he have any noticeable foibles, flaws, things we can exploit to beat him?
He's madder than a hatter is what he is. You'll know that when you see him. He has a crown, made of chardolin.
Oh, that's...
If you've known anything about the substance, you would know why that is a fucking terrible idea. He is lucid, for the most part. Save for when you look at his crown, you will notice that there are only 2 points, while the rest are broken off. Do you want to know why that is?
Sure.
Vaguely?
Sounds like a crazy person episode.
Zodorok once had 9 sons, and his crown, when forged, had 9 points. Zodorok is very paranoid. He constantly questions his own men to see if they are loyal. The only reason he does not suspect me is because he is currently trying to woo me, and thinks the alliance between our clans would be beneficial. But I can see through him.
He killed his own sons out of his own paranoia, and now he only has 2 spikes on his crown. His 2 sons that remain, Durth and Nildar, are currently sleeping in their rooms. But yet, despite what he has done to his family, they are still fiercely loyal to their father. Fools, both of them. She kind of shakes her head. The man is crazy, that I can say. Like I said, he believes he's on a divine mission for Deep Dura. I wonder how much of that is his own design and how much of it is his... She kind of gives like a brave, kind of sweeping gesture to her forehead. The madness. It doesn't help that there is a priest of Deep Dura that seems to egg him on at all turns. I wonder about that one. Priest by the name of Zaragorn. Curious dwarf. Gives me an odd feeling. I could not say why. There is more to that one that meets the eye. But as for other flaws... No, I suppose you can exploit his madness, I suppose. Other than that, he is formidable. There is some merit to his belief of a religious nature, as he has some power that one could say is of an eldritch nature. Beyond that of normal wizardry and personal, innate magic that we naturally have.
How does he like to fight? If you've seen it.
I've seen him fight. Or rather, it was not much of a fight. When he was fighting one of his sons, as he screamed out for mercy for his and screaming for his mother, I saw him bash his head in with a mace and fire out a beam of eldritch energy with his gauntlet, which he also uses in a fight. By himself, he is formidable, but his greatest strength is in his numbers of his allies and his compatriots, soldiers. You will find, despite how many I have won over from my own loyalty, there are still many who are loyal to him, and it is that which you would hope that he is not surrounded by. Otherwise, it would be a difficult fight indeed. Of course, that is dependent on whether he is with them. As I said, I do not know where he currently is. I assume he is by his forge, as that is where I last saw him.
All right.
But I have kept you long enough. I have a feeling, despite how much I do not care for the surface world, you certainly do. And you have spent much time already, I imagine. Since the dragon has left, it has been... She kind of thinks to herself, perhaps a little more than an hour. Perhaps more.
Do we have the map of times?
You don't have the map, but remember, I did give you a document of the dragon's flight
There
plan.
it is. Okay. Ooh. Okay. We're still okay. Got a little bit of time.
So we've got to take in between with 1 hour and 1 hour and 20 minutes to get this done.
Well, I mean, you know.
To be fair, the dragon will take some time in each place. I do not think it will be over like that. She kind of snaps her fingers.
Well, that's what I'm giving the extra 15 minutes for. There's not much for him to destroy in Duggan's Hole.
That is true.
Yeah,
This is
it's
kind
kinda
of a
fair.
shithole. Even I know that. Too many inbreds walking around.
Even the Underdark knows. Wow.
The other Duergar actually begin to nod. Everyone knows.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it might take him I think it might take him about 30 minutes, if only to like dig into the fishman nests.
Fishman?
That's my theory. But they're fish cultists underneath Dukenthal. That's why it's so terrible.
The way they look would not surprise Grandolpha.
Fox gets a troubled look on his face and says, "What if they actually defeat it?"
Then
Then they saved 10 towns.
Then you have much more to fear than the dragon.
I think we'll just never live down the shame. As a plane.
You see all the inhabitants like just lording it over the other towns forever.
Let's get back to what's actually happening.
Indeed.
Yes.
Well,
I don't.
I've spent enough time talking. My throat is dry. She kind of lifts her hand, and the Duergar bring her another drink, which she that warms my heart. Just chugs the whole bottle.
All right. Well, let's hit that elevator and put on a good show, I guess.
Do you perhaps have a spare map we could borrow, by the way?
A map of what?
Of the facility. This little fortress here.
I'm afraid there is no map for the fortress. Otherwise, I would have kept it long ago. Zodorok and his paranoia destroyed all the blueprints for the fortress. You can imagine why.
Is the room next door yours, or is it his?
Technically, it is ours. I make him sleep on the floor.
You should be aware that the escape hallway is booby-trapped.
Is it now?
It is
Yeah.
now.
I will keep that in mind. She gets a mischievous look on her face.
Yeah, we did that just in case whoever was in charge and controlling the dragon tried to use it to escape. So, considering that you're on our side for this, yeah, that's information that you should know.
Oh,
That's a good point.
I will put that to wonderful use, my child. You can see her stroking her kind of like grizzled chin, and she has a wicked smile on her face. I think I've had my fill. She kind of snaps her fingers, and the other Duergar kind of like start gathering up plates.
Nipa will like hop off of her chair, which is probably a bit bigger than what fits her, but not too much.
You see, she kind of walks forward. She actually glances at you, Scales, and kind of like grabs you by your shoulder and looks you in the eye. How do you respond? Oh. She kind of tuts over and over again. Buck up, little one. Grow a spine. You'll need it if you're going to survive down here. Do you want to die?
No, but I've done pretty good without a spine.
Then be a man. Pwah! And she kind of like socks you in your gut with the end of the stick.
I can always make you a spine.
She kind of coughs as she like walks out the door and closes it behind her.
I didn't know you didn't have a spine. I'll look into ways to heal it.
No, it's okay.
Literally.
I don't want one if it means being like that.
What if it let you turn invisible?
If being invisible doesn't erase my existence, I don't want it.
Oof.
Heavy words. You can even see some of the Duergar kind of wince at that.
Yeah, buddy, that's rough.
Anyway, we better get back to that elevator room. I'm assuming she doesn't have a lot of guards in this area that aren't loyal to her, so I'm gonna kind of rush.
You actually, one of the Duergar actually, before you go, One of the Duergar puts a hand near the wall, no, rather than on it. He saw Scale's reaction to being touched once. He's like, probably doesn't want to alert anyone with how loud that scream was. So he gently places a hand on the wall and says in broken common,
There was another elevator shaft. Obviously there was one you saw before, but there is another one to the east. Down that hallway. If you go that way, there is one who is not loyal to Gandalf guarding that one. But it is only one. Though if he screams, it will alert both Dirth and Nildar. Their rooms are on the opposite rooms, on the sides.
Thank you.
kind of grunts and gives a nod. As you kind of go out that way, I will reveal something that I didn't get to show you before. To the south of you, double checking, make sure I have this correct. There we go. That is, where is that one? Sorry, I'm kind of looking through the map here. Here we go. Directly across from those double doors, you see a short hallway with a lowered iron portcullis at the southernmost end. And beyond that, you see a massive hole where all the smoke seems to be coming from.
Oh, I guess even Duergar have OSHA. That's terrifying. I thought I could escape their reach.
Yeah, just pointing out that it is there. There is basically beyond the portcullis, there is a massive hole where all the smoke is coming out of. Given the spatial distance, I'll say go ahead and make intelligence checks, everyone.
Intelligence should be pretty good at that. Being Skanuk. Nope, Skanuk is too busy thinking about that Shardolin pseudo dragon.
Yeah, what a feat of engineering. If only you could make something like that.
This is honestly like a great impetus for Skanuk to get a homunculus. So that's fun.
Indeed. Maybe made of Chardolin. 16, Meepo. Spatially, you kind of think about it. That shaft, where that's leading, if you're thinking of where it's going upward and downward, upward is right where that hole would be that the Chardolin dragon came out of. Maybe it's connected.
So if you went down, it would be right to where it came from, maybe?
Possibly.
Well, we're taking the elevators anyway.
Yeah. Just pointing it out to you in case you wanted to investigate that further.
Alright.
How closely spaced are those portcullis bars?
Very closely spaced. But
fair enough.
Assuming you want to try, if you wanted to try and break them apart, you imagine you would need to make a suitable strength check or such check of that nature, because they are made of iron. So it would be difficult but possible to break them or pull them apart, or to be fair, uproot them maybe.
Or cast reduce on Slick.
Or cast reduce. That would also work actually.
Something to think about.
Yeah, something to think about. But sorry for the distraction. I just wanted to point that out to you in case you wanted to investigate that. All right. So you can go ahead and continue where you were if you aren't going to investigate that. Down to the other elevator down here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and sneak up on that.
All right, everyone, go ahead and make another set of stealth checks.
Time for the Scooby-Doo, just like we've practiced.
You're going this
Are
way.
we at advantage for it being smoky?
I'll say
Is that just they have disadvantage on their checks?
It's mostly that they have disadvantage on... Everyone has disadvantage on sight checks, essentially.
Okay.
Because it is... Basically, the whole area is lightly obscured by the smoke. It's not enough where it's, completely... it's not enough where it's, you're choking from the smoke.
Right.
It is like it's like your throat is a bit itchy. You probably need some water soon. It's like a very small haze.
What the air was like on Sunday. We had that kind of experience.
Yeah, it's like a bit of a haze, not like not like billowing smoke.
Hmm.
But you're going this way,
industrial
Skunk.
spot.
Interesting. All right, 17 stealth, very good. You kind of careen around that way, looking past the corner. See a set of double doors.
Ox, right?
Yes. Just
What you thinking?
I think the problem is that I'm not thinking, and that my brain is shutting off.
Aw.
Hox is also not thinking.
Yeah, you're thinking about
Or rather,
that tea.
is thinking in chainmail. Or what kind of armor is he wearing? Yeah, chainmail.
Alrighty, here. Alright, for let's see here. 20, 17, 9, and 7. Okay. Okay. Do I actually? Let's see here. So in that case, which way are you going? Are you going to your north, your right, or your south? Sorry, your north, your east, or your south?
All of these things have doors, right?
Correct. All these have doors.
Can we hear if there's like gears turning for the elevator behind one of those doors?
Yes, specifically, it's loud enough that you can hear it coming from the south automatically. No check needed.
Right. I would assume that's where we'd go because we're trying to find the elevator as quickly as we can, right?
You did mention the dwarf did mention that these two rooms
These are the sun's rooms.
were the
right?
sun's the sun's rooms for Zardarok.
Okay.
And for the sake
Do
of
we
it,
want to split up?
I'd say you hear massive snoring. Like you can hear the snoring through the stone doors,
Even with the clanking coming from the
even
other
with
doors?
the clanking. Like they're sawing logs.
That is
Just
tremendous.
Just full on, like full dwarven snore. Just. Just absurdly, obscenely loud.
Well, Mipo's gonna kind of sidle around this way and let others go which way they want, and she's just gonna wait for people to make their decision.
I say we go on this one as well. I feel like I feel like the game plan, and we should hash this out at some point, is that we try to like assassinate Zardarok and then book it to catch up with the dragon.
That's a fair point.
Because apparently there's no way to kill the dragon from here. I mean, turn it off. So it's
No
either
way
that
that
or we.
she knows of.
That is true.
I have a
We've
list
always
of
tried to
mysterious
convince-
numbers.
We could always try to convince the crazy guy that he'll need the dragon here or something.
Alright. I will say you do hear movement coming from the opposite side of the door, but it seems to be moving away from the door.
That'd be the solo door.
That'll be the one to your
I
south,
wonder
yes.
if like. I wonder if like. We could potentially.
This is the one that's loyal to her, right?
No,
This
that
is
one
the
that
one
was
that
loyal
is
was the
not.
opposite room.
Yeah.
Wait, this one here?
Yep, the one on the opposite side.
That's why I said we should go that way.
I agree
Somebody
with that
said no, we
assessment.
go to the other one because that's where the loyal one is. I wanted to go to the room with the loyal guy.
Yeah. Okay. If there's two elevators, then definitely we should.
Right.
Not pick a fight.
All right, you're like, oh, not this way, the other way. You know, kicking a little bit.
Hey, how's it doing? We're gonna take the elevator.
You just suddenly, you just hear like very quietly. You hear like, I didn't hear, no see, nothing.
Okay, we got permission.
Cool. Leave me
I'm
out of
wondering
it.
if, like,
I'm gonna give him a good berry.
He pockets it. And he doesn't, like, the whole time, he is, like, he's not even looking your direction. He's just, like, there's a slight tremble, and he's just, like, staring directly out through his little porthole. Just straight forward.
He was doing his job. He was watching through the porthole.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He
Doing his
didn't
job.
ever see anything through the porthole.
I wonder if, like, what if we were to turn someone invisible and have them go down and whisper in his ear that he's been betrayed and needs to call the dragon back to have any chance of, like, defeating his betrayers because they're all around him.
You get this sense, as cool as that idea is, I love that idea. You get this sense, though, that there's not an immediate connection between, that he can't just summon him from where he is. I love that idea. That's a really cool idea, but you get the sense from the information you just learned from Grandolpha that probably would not be the case, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
But
I love that idea. I'm sorry to poo-poo on that.
Yeah. There's always, like, the small chance that there's a way she doesn't know about, but I do get the impression that, like, we're supposed to, like, not we're supposed to, I do get the impression that she was probably on top of things in that regard.
Most likely. You can't be, of course, be 100% certain, but you get the sense.
Oh, well.
What? Let's take the elevator.
We should, however,
I will
make
point
sure
out, the elevator is in the middle of the room, which is what this is.
Oh, okay.
That is a set of double doors, which leads to a different room. What would you say, Skinnock?
I wonder. Does it look important?
I will say it matches the kind of. I'd say it's difficult because all the kind of architecture the Duergar seem to have made here is kind of the same for the most part. Roll investigation. There may be like a slight difference you might catch on. 9. Looks the same as the other doors. Plain, boring. Looks like a door. Just a typical example of Duergar architecture. Bland, practical, and serviceable.
Well, in that case.
All right. Down you go, then.
Yes, and we should definitely take that opportunity to set up for a fight, I suppose. So does anyone have, like, buffs or something they want to cast first?
I only have a bunch of debuffs.
Thinking my buffs would be things that are short-lived.
How much health?
1 minute. 1 minute.
All right, let me see here. Which
1
area is
minute.
it descending to? If you're going down, you're going down to...
I could do that.
Hang on a second. Why is it going... Hang on. I need to double check which... It should be obvious which one you're going to just spatially, but hang on. Let me double check here. That doesn't make sense. Hang on, sorry, I'm just double checking the map here. Spatially, it seems like that doesn't work. Hang on.
Magnificent Duergar engineering.
Works every time, 50% of the time.
No need for petty surface world concepts of space.
Hang on, let me just...
Russian Duergar is actually really fun.
Okay, I think this is just a typo. Or it's a misprint. Yeah, because these two wouldn't go to this. Okay, these two wouldn't go to the same location. Okay, that's a misprint. Okay, that wasn't me. Excellent. Okay, here we go. I'm going to move you to a different area. Just 1 second. That really confused me for a second.
Oh, the hot seat. Oh, yeah.
Which means I also have this all wrong up here too, which means I need to hide that. All right, here we go. Now I need to move the map again. Alrighty. So, you end up in a very small room. Where's my notes? You are in room. You are in room. Pardon me, just getting all the maps together.
What's that breathing?
I think that's from Steven's side.
Maybe me. My microphone was pushed out again.
Alrighty.
Then there's also the dog snoring, which is fine. It's just there.
I mean, to be fair, I also have a snoring dog in my own room over here, so you know, I can't really complain about that. So, okay, so there wasn't really much to explain about this room in particular, as it is really just a plain stone room, and is mostly, you can imagine, is mostly filled with gears whirring and clanging, as they are both pulling and pushing two different elevators up and down the elevator shaft. As yours comes to a stop for a brief moment, giving you enough time to get off. Yes. Also, your thing should not be here at the moment.
Sort of in a room. I have a healing potion on me. No, I don't. Absolutely a thing.
Hang on, just need to zoom in where you guys would be on the map. There we go. Alright. There is a set of 2 stone double doors to your immediate west. If you wish to open them.
Why does my cannon keep disappearing?
Oh, did you summon him? I didn't think you summoned him.
I brought the token out, and then...
Oh, sorry.
I added...
Delete that one. I put it on the GM layer because I thought I brought it with me. Sorry, that's my bad. I did that. That was me. It was me!
I see, okay.
It was me.
Oh.
There we go.
Yeah. I was worried that, like, I was worried that there might not be... This might be, like, a bigger room and have people observing it, but... I guess we'll go. Okay.
Yeah. So I want to point out there is something of note into the design of this place here. This is more of a meta thing than anything.
Yeah.
So you can see you guys are going on these little tiles, yeah. So this is more of a personal complaint. The map for this fortress, each square was 10 feet. You can imagine how annoying that was to translate to a map. For 5 feet.
What kind of psychopath?
I know!
That's... Okay. See, I was, like, brain dead for a second, and the moment you mentioned that, my brain just turned on. Okay, let's talk about the map provided in, whatchamacallit, Tales from the Yawning Portal, I think it is? For the Tomb of Horrors. That uses that same weird scale and makes everything in the map as it's in the book. The rooms all look fairly small and confined, and that's cool, but then when you actually figure out how much space it takes, it's all like double sized,
Yeah.
and
It was so
yeah,
It was so irritating to try and figure out how I'm like, okay, I have to move this way, move this that way. It's just
Anyway.
Sorry. I'm so sorry to distract from the game for a second. I just wanted to vent that to you guys for a second. Sorry.
We woke Mike up though, so that's good because we need
that
him.
just activated a latent portion of my brain and sprung me to life.
Neuron activation. Improper
Something
map
that bugs me.
design.
I am awake for that.
Improper map scaling. All right. Okay. All right. Back on track. Sorry for that. So back on track. Do you wish to open the doors to your west?
Are there any other doors?
There are not.
Around? Okay, then. Do we want to?
Western doors it is.
Right. Western doors.
All
right. So, you enter that door, and you immediately see two Duergar guards. Of course, I'll describe the room first. The room contains braziers of glowing hot coals in the northwest corner and southwest corner. Loud mechanical noises are coming from behind the double door from where you're coming from. So, these Duergar are kind of like has their back turned to the door. They do hear the door open, and they do see smaller shapes than normal walking out of the room, and they raise their chitin javelins and start kind of pointing them at you. What do you do?
We were sent here by what's her name?
Grandolpha Musgart.
By Gardolfa?
Yeah,
She wanted us
she
to
kind
do
of
some
knows
cleaning
about
up.
our reputation. Yeah. Help you with some of that monster catching you're doing down the deeps. We have a bit of a reputation for it.
As soon as you say Grandolpha's name, they are now revealed as Grandolpha's supporters as they pull down their chitin javelins. And they turn around.
Well.
And one sidles up to the door and opens it for you.
We were here for pest control, actually. I think is what she said.
No, makes no difference to me. Did you hear something, Kilrig? I didn't hear nothing. I just heard some vermin scurrying about.
You probably
anyway.
won't be hearing them for much longer. You know, pest control and all that.
Hey.
The side eyes Canuck shoots them as
Nails?
a vermin trap.
Oh, you don't even have to roll an insight check. That was fully... Even though he's technically on your side, that was a full insult towards
Racist.
you.
Yep.
Full-on racism. You know that for a fact. You've seen that look before. You've heard the tone. Oh, mind the quaggoths. He kind of opens the door. Which will reveal a massive room.
Does anybody know what a quaggoth is?
Well, I think it's got teeth. It's usually a good guess.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
How to describe the grandeur of this room? What you see before you. Hold on. Lost my page. I kind of flipped it by accident. The ceiling of this hall arcs to a height of 30 feet. Stone steps lead up to a semicircular dais against the southern wall, the one closest to you. Atop this dais is a misshapen throne, crudely carved out of black crystal.
I was gonna say.
Sorry. You immediately recognize that this throne is made of black ice, chardelin. Small crackling flames burn in braziers that occupy the room's corners. And slumped near the east wall is a tall bipedal fungus creature. Luminous spores float in the air around it. But you see something else as well. Several somethings. Tall, lanky, yet muscular, blue and white furred creatures, bipedal in shape. Clawed hands, humanoid-looking faces with kind of like angular, jarring features, and kind of like this almost Cheshire cat, kind of like teeth, like mouth full of teeth, almost kind of like in grin smiles. These creatures, some of them are currently, at least one of them has torn off one of the creature's arms, is holding it, while four of the others kind of like seem trying to capture the floating spores in jugs. You notice that the ones that are trying to capture the spores all have fungal growths on them. So specifically, I will mark them. I'll mark them with this symbol. Skull and crossbones. So you can differentiate them. Or rather, see which ones have the fungals and which do not. I marked the one with purple. Oh, it seems like I already marked that one with purple. The one in purple seems to stand taller than the others. And while it also does not have the fungal growth, it also has kind of like a metallic plate kind of attached to its head. It's currently barking orders in some strange language that you don't understand.
This looks like it's gonna get poisonous.
You see the fungal creature to the south. It is a really, all I can really describe it as, is a bipedal humanoid-looking mushroom. It's where its mouth is simply a honeycomb of empty holes which a bunch of spores are currently being exhaled out of. It is kind of surrounded by these spores that just seem to kind of swarm around it with this kind of like this hazy blue color.
I think now's about a good time to use this. It should last a while, so I think I'll start now.
Alright, if you guys want to remain undetected, I would need you all to make stealth checks, please.
As well.
We are detected.
That is very unfortunate.
You know what?
Anyway.
Also,
I'd
Yeah?
like to point out that the only person who rolled decently well on this
People.
also is casting a spell.
I do want to... I will point out, to be fair, even though it has a verbal component, there was a chance of you being able to stealth because of all the sound going on in the background. But yeah, 8, 9, natural 1. That's unfortunate.
the extra 9 is because the thing would have been trying to be stealthy too.
Oh, right. Clang, 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 clang. Alright, we're not having any of this. We didn't hear or see anything. Good luck! And they close the door behind them.
Oops.
They're not willing to stick out their necks for you, but they will open the door for you. Well, with that, I'm gonna clear the tracker here, and I'm gonna have you all roll initiative.
Alright. Who dares? Or now is not the time to be on a downswing, buddy.
My boy! Alright, I actually need to make a correction to a stat block here. 1 second.
He's already as hurt as he's ever been.
Yeah, I made a mistake with one of these.
There are no mistakes, only happy accidents.
Right. I just need to... don't mind me, I'm just gonna... Hang on.
Work your magic behind the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
You got this, GM. You got this.
Thank you.
Welk.
Sorry, I was doing that to
Type-
Mike earlier today. I'm
Spell.
not sure if I annoyed him or not.
Spells.
Beetle.
The beetle impression. All right, here we go. Okay, there we go. Now I can start rolling for them. Oh, Caleb, you've made me sad.
Making me sad.
Oh,
Making my way downtown, walking sad.
Oh god. It's like
I'm pretty sure Scales will go before Hawks in this, for the record.
Alright, and then these ones, they get the initiative, and Alright, gonna add them, but they're not on turn order yet. Alrighty. I think it's time for some music. Some different music. Where is it? Is it here or not? There we go. Meepo, it is your turn.
well, they know we're here, right?
Oh, they certainly do.
Then I'm going to move over to here. And within 10 feet for that one, that doesn't work. Suppose I'll use Sanctuary
Alright.
as a bonus action. And as an action, I'll use my Emboldening Bond on the other three.
Alrighty.
Yeah, as an action.
Alrighty. That's your turn, Meepo?
That's my turn, yep.
Alright, Scales, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna run in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stand behind Meepo.
As one does, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm going to bonus action on the one that stands taller than the others.
Alright, so this guy right here?
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's see here. Okay.
So that's a -2 to saving throw to his next saving throw.
Okay, good to know. Remind me of that if that comes up. I will try and remember that though.
It's coming up right now.
Oh!
This-
Bane.
So I'm casting this at 3rd level, so I am targeting all 5 of them.
Oh my.
It's tasty.
All 5 of the Quackoths, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Spicy. Okay. Well, for the big one, that's that's a 2 with that with the -2. That's complete failure.
Oh, right.
And then the other ones, I believe, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. All fail. They're all burned.
Bad time to be a Quaggith.
Very bad time. Let's see. What can I use for that? Let me use this one. Bane. Yeah, and as you kind of enter the room, you see all of the ones with the fungal growths just slowly kind of shuffle in your direction, kind of like making twitching movements and clicking sounds with their teeth and tongue. The one right here kind of shouts out a command, "Krak! Krak! Krak!" And to the south, you hear responding calls in this room over here.
So need a lozenge?
All right,
That's my turn.
hooks.
I think for now, Hawks is going to get in here and interpose himself between Meepo and the rest of the party, or the Quaggiths and spore critters and Quaggiths, and range-wise, let me. I'm in the disadvantage range for javelins and hand axes. I've got 5 more feet of movement, so I guess I'll put himself here and grab one of his kite and javelins, and that'll get him just in range of being able to yeet one at that guy without it being a problem.
All right, which guy again?
And the purple marked one, who I'm assuming is the Thonaut.
All right, may or may not be. All right, go ahead and make that attack roll.
He's an important guy either way. He's not mushroomed.
Sure. Of course,
I
let me make
will use
Meepo's.
that as my judgment.
Let me make Meepo's aura visible. I should have done that. Let's see here. All right, now y'all should be able to see his aura. There we go.
Hurt.
Yeet.
All right, 16. Let me see here. All right, yes, that will definitely hit. For 6 points of damage. All right, definitely did not like that. You can see as the javelin kind of sticks in the shoulder, it kind of snarls and kind of like grabs it and just pulls it out and throws it to the ground with its long, lanky claw. Did not like that. All right. I assume that was the first attack, or?
Because I had to grab a different weapon to throw.
Oh, right.
I actually would not be able to get ready a second javelin.
Right,
so.
because it's a right. Okay, that's right, because it's a fighting style. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Well, in that case, the spore servants gonna make their way in your direction. They're gonna have to dash because they are quite slow as they shamble over in this direction. So they're gonna move over there, and that is all they can do. So Skanuk, it is now your turn.
Okay. Alright. Let's do some violence. First one on this. Alright. Which of these can I see? I can see at least one. I'm going to target this one here, closest to me, with a firebolt.
All right, yeah, you can see all of those from this angle, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so zap.
Owie,
18
yes.
to hit, and
All right.
14 damage.
14 damage. Let me double check something. Are they vulnerable to fire? They are not. Okay, just double checking because. Okay, all right.
Mushroom one.
Just checking in case there's a possibility, but it does not seem they are vulnerable to it. Although it did still take the damage all the same. And you notice they are a bit chunky, as it seems like it blasted off a chunk of that mushroom on the shoulder, but it seems to have taken a good bit of the hit.
Well, in that case, the cannon is going to trudge forward a bit.
But that will actually show you their health, because they're... Yeah, I'll do that. I haven't done that too much this campaign, but still.
Yes, it's optional, but it's also fun.
Yeah.
This would be... Calculus, that's kind of a...
Just as a thought to show you how chunky they are, I guess.
Nice. Yeah. Alright. Just gonna go... Here, maybe? Yeah. It's going to make its attack. And its attack is, in fact, going to be a 15-foot cone of fire.
Okay.
Because we're in close quarters. I figured maybe the fire cannon would be a bit better than it normally is. Is there a way I can angle this to get these two, but not how? Maybe it's like back one.
If it's back one, yes. If it's back one, yeah, you can avoid hawks. All right.
Cool.
2 dex saves with Bane.
An unfortunate circumstance.
Very unfortunate for them. Go ahead and roll the damage for me, and then I'll go ahead and roll those saves.
Sure. This should not have arcane firearm on it. Flamethrower. Oh.
Alright, then. And then minus for 1d4. Okay, so a 13, and then a 13 and a 14.
My spell save is 15.
Alright, so both fail 4 points. Fail 4 points of fire. That is... I'm so sorry, my dude. That's... Aw.
It's how it be.
That's how it be.
There's a reason
when's the
for
next time it gets a damage increase, do you know?
It's actually fairly soon. I think it's like 8 or 9.
8 or 9? Alright, well, hopefully that'll make it a little bit better. Still, damage is damage, and it seems like it's piling on.
It's good as like, if you're using it as a tank, because it does have a fairly decent AC. It's just a matter of...
Yeah. It's a matter of like them rolling the failing the save, then rolling high on damage. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's not like it's a spell slot where like
definitely. It's it is a once per turn thing, so it's not like it's a huge.
Yeah, it's repeatable. All right, is that your turn though?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it is. I did the bonus action. Don't see a need to move into range with them.
Okay.
Right.
Hey, Hawks, what kind of armor are you wearing?
Chainmail.
Good to know. Yeah. You watch as this individual with the metal attached to his head begins to walk forward slightly. It kind of puts 2 fingers to the metal plate on its head and begins to concentrate, closing its eyes. And you feel a pulse of psychic energy go against your form, and suddenly it's as if all the particles, all the rings on your chainmail just start to burn and heat up. Heat metal has been cast on you.
Okay.
So I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw. A 12. Let me see here. Does that beat save DC? You actually succeed. The spell save DC is 11. Alrighty. Alright, so good news. Let's see. You don't have disadvantage on your attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn. However, you still do take the fire damage regardless.
Alright.
You take 10 points of fire damage. Alright, and the creature will step back a little bit this way. Right up there, getting to the door. That is its turn. Yeah? Question?
I think I need to try to break this thing's concentration, so I'm going to activate the stone rune against it as it ends its turn.
Probably a good choice. Alright, so that is a wisdom or charisma save?
It is a wisdom save.
Oh yeah, probably your better option, honestly. Let's see here. Okay, that's a decent wisdom. I'm so sorry, that is a soft 20. Natural 19 plus 1. But it was a good call. If that would have worked, that would have really helped you. Sorry, man.
Not much more I can do about that.
It was a good idea. Alrighty, so that ends the Thonot's turn. Good old Plorata. Top of the turn order, you hear sounds coming from the southern room, or southeastern end of the room. Top of the round, these boyos enter initiative.
Would the dude concentrating get a D4 subtracted from his saving throw for concentration?
Yes, he would.
He would still pass no matter what, because I think my DC is 16.
Okay.
Oh, good thought though, Caleb. That was a good thought.
Oh yeah, because you have to meet the.
Yeah, unfortunate, but the good. Thank you for bringing that up, Caleb. I almost forgot. Thank you. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, now I get to add these boys to initiative. I get to roll their. They rolled the same as their leader. All right, so going right after them then. But that's when their turn comes around. So Meepo, it is your turn. New friends entered the fray.
Allies look like Hawks is the one that's been the most damage, right?
He got hit. Yeah.
I'm going to touch him and cast is Cure Wounds higher healing on average?
It's a little bit. I know healing word is a D4.
Has a higher
Cure Wounds is a D8.
chance. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay, so you will need to get within 5 feet.
Right. I just need to step forward.
All right. Roll your healing.
Not great, but
Well,
healing.
You healed him almost to max, so even though it's not great, no, it's still pretty good. Like, he's almost at max again.
Yeah, healing's healing. Just like damage is damage. And I'm just going to... Is that a bonus action? That's an action. I'm just going to stay there.
Okay. Scales.
From here, well, no. Four more of these things popped up. Did these guys just appear?
Yeah, he certainly did, yes.
Okay. I don't like that.
No bueno. Alrighty. Alright, they're a little chunky, so they're gonna make some con saves. These ones are not baned. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That... Oh my goodness. Okay, they'll still take half at least. Sorry.
We're here on behalf of the sons of your leader, who would like to overthrow him.
I'm afraid that's not on your turn, Meepo.
I know. It's not. Anyway,
still, that's even despite taking half. 7 is still a decent amount. Anything else on your turn?
I'll go ahead and I'll inspire Hawks.
Okay. Excellent.
Come on, buddy. We believe in you.
which is good because Hawks is now your turn.
Alright, so I will have the disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
You won't because you succeeded the con save. You just took the damage.
The con save makes you either drop the object if you can, and if you can't drop the object, you have disadvantage on the attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh. That's a bit worse than I thought. Okay.
So, in this case, what should I do here? I think it makes the most sense to roar for now.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a roar. Everything within 10 feet. And I'm going to count on Meepo to be able to heal me. So I'm going to take the option of trying to eliminate some of these guys. I'll go after this one with 2 attacks.
Alright.
Pulling out my javelin, the ice javelin.
By the way, everybody in my area has resistance to poison damage if you've been doing any of that.
I have not, so far.
Okay.
So this will be at normal, because it's disadvantage, bumped back to normal.
Okay.
So 9, and I think I'm going to take that inspiration on this roll.
Oh.
10, so that's nothing. And then
Sorry,
one more.
man. Okay, 15 will hit.
I hit the wrong thing. That should have been that plus a d6 of cold. So I'm just going to roll a d6.
Alright, perfect.
Because otherwise it would be
there you go.
the same. So that's something.
It is. You took a decent chunk out of it.
And
Is he attacking the one that's concentrating?
No,
no, I'm attacking the
Okay.
ones that are potentially going to be attacking Meepo, because
Alright.
Fair enough.
yeah.
Okay, so it makes the Frost Javelin save.
Okay, and that'll have to be Hawks' turn for now.
Okie dokie. So thankfully for you, Scales, it seems like they're more focused on like the ones immediately in front of them, for now. So that's gonna be 2 against Meepo, 2 against Hawk. So I'm gonna do Meepo first. Let's see here, what is their attack bonus?
Remember, if Meepo has Sanctuary on himself, so if they fail, they can
Only attack.
choose to attack me, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Bane
yeah,
is
true.
also applied to that save.
That is true. So they're Bane and that. Okay, yes, very good.
So they have to save against Sanctuary with Bane on it, and then hit me.
Man. Man, lots of good buffs here. All right, so let's see here. So that is... all right. So I don't even need Bane. That's just no anyway. So instead, one of them will take an attack of opportunity from you then, Hawks.
I won't take it.
Okay, good to know. They'll instead attack you, Scales. With Bane. Alright, and then the 11... I'm sure the 11 doesn't hit anyway, but just for clarity's sake. Okay, so that's a 9. I'm sure the 20 will hit you regardless.
Yes.
Okay.
It will hit the Thonot.
Yes.
There we go. Alright, so that is going to be...
I'm using up all my runes in this fight, but... yeah.
So the Thonot is going to take 8 points of slashing damage, and because of that, he needs to make a concentration check.
And he's got Bane on him, right?
And
Or
he's
is
got
he
Bane
one of
on
the
him.
ones?
So he needs to do a concentration check with Bane. Alright, so DC is 10. He gets a +3 to his con. Ooh, no. He no longer has heat metal up. You are free, Hawks.
Good stuff.
Strategery.
The strategery. Tactics.
Some strats.
As the cloud passes over the Quaggoth Spore Servant's claws, it's about to reach for you, Scales. Instead, the cloud moves over to the Thonot and scratches him on the face. And as he's holding his face, you, Hux, you feel the heat no longer on your body. What was that roll?
I think to show that you can do nested.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, just messing around, checking to see if you can do minus rolls.
Oh.
I've never actually done a minus roll.
That's cool. I didn't realize that actually did that. Nice. Okay, we'll have to keep that in mind then. Okay, so that means so they are done. However, these two are still going to attack you, Hawks. But of course, they still have Bane. Bowser, you're so loud. A 9. Obviously, that won't hit, but
I don't think the Bane can reduce that enough because I'm AC 18.
I could have had the chance to do the minus in the same nested. Oh well, that's fine. Okay, so that's gonna hit anyway. You're gonna take. Oh. You're gonna take 6 points of slashing damage. Alright, and that is their turn. Skanuk.
Okay. First step is going to be having the cannon trudge forward to here.
Okay.
Up another fire wave. Those two. So I'll need to make dexterity saves while I get that damage out.
Okay. With Bane.
Nice. So it doesn't have the arcane firearm damage, but it is a quite good roll.
There we go. Now I'm doing nested. Alright, so that's a 5 and a 13, so both fail.
They both take 12 points of fire damage.
Ouch, mama. Alright, move that to the side again. Alright, minus 12. See, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was thinking of trying to ping down this guy at the top, but this one's looking pretty injured.
I haven't been paying too much attention to this, but all three of you should have Emboldening Bond on you as well.
Ooh.
FYI.
Yeah. I was going to try and ping down that guy at the top. I think I'm instead going to try and kill this guy here. Actually, no, he's got the cannon to play with, and if he comes for me, I can take him. So, that was a very dumb thing to say, and now I'm going to die. But I'm going to take a shot at the spellcaster at the top.
Okay.
Which
Take the
should not
shot.
have advantage. Firebolt. So that'll be a 15,
That will hit.
being 12 points of damage.
Okay, 12 points of damage. Oof. He did not like that. You can see as the more he's getting damaged, you see that he's getting angrier and angrier.
If you were worth, the spell power, I would cast heat metal on that stupid plate thing you've got, but you're not, so how?
Alrighty, is that your turn, Skanuk?
Skunk is going to take a couple of steps back after taunting the beast, after poking the bear.
Skanuk bravely ran away.
No, it's a tactical retreat.
As he gets angrier, the Thonot angrily stumps forward, just gives a rap to his forehead, and you see as his form starts to shift and splits into 3 separate mirror images. He closes in on Hux. And the other Quaggoths follow suit, following their leader. They can move a little bit more, although... This one... You know what? This one's gonna dash down here to Uskanuk. You ain't getting away that easily. This one...
Oh, he dashed?
Oh, he dashing. He dashy doing.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, you know what? He's also dashing to you. They just saw you take a pot shot at their leader. These ones, however... Let's see. Can't quite get... Yeah, the Spore Servants are blocking the way. This guy, however, can make it to you. This one... Yeah, this one's just gonna dash right here. It does mean, however, this one is going to make 2 claw attacks against you, Skanuk. Or, sorry, no, Hawks.
Okay.
So a 21 for the first one, and a 10 for the second one.
21 will hit.
Alrighty, that is going to be... 9 points of slashing damage. As they all start to swarm around you. All barreling down. It seems like they're going in for a last hurrah, all together as a group. A pack swarming in. Meepo. Suddenly things are a little dicey around here.
Healing word on Hawks again.
Alrighty.
6. Not good, but fine. Then I'm going to use my Channel Divinity to do the Balm of Peace. So starting with Hawks, 2d6 on him. Plus... Oh!
Oh, that hurts my soul.
And then
That's
I'm
still
gonna
enough to put
move-
Hawks at max.
Oh, good. Over to here, 2d6 on scales if he needs it.
Untouched.
That's okay. I'm still gonna roll a 1 here. And then it's half my speed, so 5, 10, 15. Is it half my speed?
See your speed.
Up to
Full
your
speed.
speed, full
Oh.
speed.
Well, then I'm gonna move further this way a little bit.
Gotta get them zoomies in.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can't get to you, so 20. Let's just move to there.
Fair enough. Gives me room to thunderwave them.
Right? Then I'm going to end my turn because I don't have anything besides action, bonus action, movement. Actually, I do have more movement, but I don't really want to move. Yeah, I'll just stay there. That's fine.
Okay. Scales.
I'm going to go on the record and say that if you want to hit that area with an AoE, Hawks is at full health and pretty tanky, so...
No AoE. No AoE that'll do enough damage. But I'm going to channel my inner Yeti.
Oh, baby, here we go.
Oh, it's actually polymorphing into a Yeti.
No, can't be a
Oh,
Yeti
okay.
since it's a monstrosity. But next best thing.
He has no style. He has no grace. This Yeti has a funny face. Alright, so let's see here. Do you have the giant ape stats, Caleb?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool.
Can I get control of that?
Yes, I am currently doing that at the moment.
Okay.
So yes, I'm gonna give that to... If I can... Give that to... Controlled by... Please. There we go, Narrow Walker. Let me know if you can edit that.
Yes, there it is.
Okay, cool. All right. You all watch as basically these actually get pushed to the side a little bit. Hold on. Push that to the side. There we go. Yeah, as where Scales once stood is now this massive, hulking, ape-like creature with massive muscles all bearing down, and the Thona kind of steps back, actually in horror, looking at this creature.
I do draw concentration on the Bane.
All right, that is unfortunate, but in response, monkey. So I think it's a fair trade. Fair trade, I say. All right, and that is your action, and I don't think there's anything else you can do. Actually, am I correct?
This was not the tactic I was expecting.
Cannot do anything.
I'll say if you wanted to do more, I would have let you like inspiration before you polymorphed if you want.
I'm out of inspiration.
Oh.
Yeah, I used one earlier in this day, last session, I think. And then I used one on Hawks, and I used one on the purple dude.
Right.
So that's all of them.
Gotcha. Okay, well, monkey. Hux.
Alright,
Are we using cleave rules?
Not for this campaign, though.
Okay.
Oh, I actually should look something up real quick that I just kind of mentally...
What you looking up?
Something that I was debating using that I have access to that I really don't think I'm going to in this case. Instead, I'm going to refresh the Draconic Roar, even though I technically should be fine here. It hits enough people and benefits enough people that, yeah, so this entire cluster is roared.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my Javelin and attack this one here.
Alrighty. Poke.
With advantage this time.
There we go, that'll hit.
So 7 piercing, 6 cold.
Alright, that is 13 points damage.
And I will poke him again.
And that'll definitely hit. 6 points damage. Let me go ahead and roll here. That is a failure. He is now afflicted. Can only use an action or bonus action, not both, and cannot use reactions.
And I think I'm going to hold on to a lot of my other special stuff with the assumption that we might need to do more in this dungeon. So I think that...
Okay. It's now the Spore Servant's turn. Yeah, these ones are just going to be blind and smack the giant monkey. They're not very smart. Let's see, it's going to be 2 against monkey. A soft 20 and a 22.
Both will hit.
Alright, so this is going to be... 5 for 6, so you take 11 total points. 2 separate instances of damage. Alright, go and roll concentration using the monkey's constitution.
That is right.
Oops.
That's not right.
Don't worry, I've done that error too many times to count. There is no judging coming from this corner.
But that beats 10 still. 8 plus 4.
Yep.
So that's the first one.
Okay, you're good. You're still monkey. Which means... This one... this one, they're kind of mindless. I'm just going to keep attacking the closest target. They're not very smart. That's going to be 2 for the Spore Servants against you, Hawks.
Alright.
Well, the 18 hit.
The 18 will hit, yes.
Just barely, I assume?
Yep, AC 18.
That's unfortunate. Alright, you will take 6 points of damage. Slashing, specifically.
Honestly, I just accidentally... There we go. As much health as Hawks has at this point, I don't think I mind a little hit like that.
Very fair, especially because you received a bit of healing. Alright, so that is their turn. Skaduk, it is now your turn again. You are flanked by some scary-looking boys. They're just staring at you, menacingly. Are you muted, Michael?
Yeah, Smack is not paying attention to these guys in front of him. He's just leading around a bit and shouting, Hawks! Hawks, how do you feel about AoEs again?
I'll let you respond as a reaction if you want, Hawks.
Oh no, don't use your action. Smack will be going forward anyway.
Fair enough.
Whatever.
It's fine. Right.
Loves a Motov or whatever it is.
Yeah. So the turret will clunk as it walks forward, and then clunk again. And then I think that will actually be enough range. But if it isn't, it will be.
I think it will be. It should be enough. Let's check.
Does it get all these boys?
Yeah,
Does
that
it
should
take
get all of them. Yeah.
all 5 of them, and unfortunately Hawks.
All right, here we go for the boys.
I am very sorry about all this.
All right, that's gonna be wooden. So go from top to bottom, left, right to left. 20, 10, natural 20 for the Thonot. 18 and 9.
Okay, so I think they take half damage if they succeed.
I believe so too.
I will triple check.
I think they do.
Half as much, yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So this needs to be a good one. Hawks will also need to make that save. 13 fire damage.
Okay, it's respectable.
6 for those that saved.
Yep.
Alrighty. And Mike, make sure to make that deck save for Hawks. This one on the bottom is actually burned to a crisp. This one only takes the 6. The Thonot only takes the 6. The one on the top right takes the full 13. And the one on the top left takes the 6. Alright, a decent spread of damage all around, even knocking one down. Mike, are you there?
I'm here, yes.
Did you make a deck save?
Yes, sorry, I had to step away for a second.
Okay, gotcha. No worries, no worries. I was just wondering where you were.
I was
This deck
wondering if you
save
had
will
like a...
be increased by 2 for my Shield Master.
Oh,
Nice. Not nice.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, dude. The dice have been against you this game.
Look, it may have set you slightly on fire. He's a little sorry.
A little sorry.
That's fine.
Alright. So now it's this boy's turn.
That was my bonus action.
Oh, that's right. You still have your... Yes, you still have your bonus. Okay. Go ahead.
Now for... Like, it's one of those things where I'm pretty sure this Ken, like, technically goes the turn after me, but all of those are such awkward things.
Technically, it's fine.
Yeah, but like, all of those things are mechanically just very awkward. Well,
The only time that really matters is when there's a boss with legendary actions anyway.
Right, that's kind of what more than that matters. But what is you're doing as your main action?
casting Thunderwave.
Smart.
Now for you.
5 and 8. Terrible.
So they will take 16 thunder damage
Ow.
and be knocked 10 feet away.
Ow!
Oh, great.
Ugh. 10 feet, you said?
Yes.
All right, Meepo, as you're hiding against the door, you suddenly hear a "kuh" against the door behind you.
Is the door closed? I thought it was open.
Well, I mean, it's technically open, but it's like you're still like knocking against it.
Okay.
It's basically
like
it's
to
kind of a
imagine-
jar, in a sense.
I like to imagine that these Kragans like came in here and closed the door behind them all menacingly, and there's just like explosions.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, in that case, for logic's sake, they knock the door. They hit the door so hard it opens again, and but it doesn't hurt you, Meepo. It just opens the door.
Okay. It swings open and I move out of the way in time.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And then Skanuk is going to. He's actually going to step towards them. He's going to storm up to them.
I was gonna ask if it closed the door when they hit it, then I was gonna say, does that mean I have full cover? But if it opened it, that's fine.
Okay, you know what? If you wanted to, I would let you hide, hide behind the door for cover if you wanted. Like, if you wanted to on your turn.
No, I was just, if it left me with cover, I was gonna do one thing, and if it didn't, I was gonna do something else. So
Fair enough.
it doesn't change anything.
So you in turn, they walked up to you menacingly, and then you, this little kobold with all this panache, just strides up. All right, and that's your turn, I assume. All right. Let's see. Now it's the Thonot's turn.
Skanuk is 2 feet of violence.
You were a problem, Hawks, but there's a new problem on the field.
Okay.
Yeah, he will step over the body of his dead comrade, kind of maneuver around you. Oh, hold on. There we go.
Intricate dance of the tokens.
Exactly. That's going to be 2 attacks against you. Actually, no. 1 attack against Monkey. 1 attack against you, Hawks.
Who's he attacking first?
He's attacking Scales first.
Okay.
21 to hit you, Scales.
Scales hits.
4.
It actually might not hit. So I'm going to
Oh!
activate my runic shield. He has to reroll that d20.
Hey!
And I can make that decision after the hit happens.
7. It misses.
Yes, it does.
As the claw goes to strike oh my gosh. As it goes to strike out against the monkey. How do you flavor this, Hux? This new ability.
So, Cox, I think, he put the cloud rune on his shield. So I imagine that the rune that he's got carved into his own shield, appears in front of the creature's attack and stops it.
Ah, powerful image. And in his frustration, he kind of like looks at his own claws and looks back to you. And it goes to strike out against you in rage. A 22.
That will hit.
You will take 8 points of slashing damage, Hawks.
How's Hawks looking?
I am at 33 out of 60.
Okay.
I'm trying to think here. What's a good... Because I want to point out that he still has the mirror image up for the next turn. What should I use? I'll just use this heart here. Let's see.
Mirror, blah, blah, blah.
Now it is the regular Quacket's turns. these Quackets are caught between a Meepo and a Skanuk at the moment. This one is gonna go full force against you, Skanuk, in terror. 17 out of 14.
Neither will hit.
Meepo is just standing there softly glowing.
All right, this one is going to try and get you, but it will have to make the saving throw. Is it only against the first hit or each hit?
I think it's the first hit. Let me double check. I haven't even thought about multi-attacks against Sanctuary.
Oh, it must be. It's each attack. Okay, so I'll have to make one for each attack. All right.
Yep. Good spell.
All right, so that
Quality
is
stuff.
wisdom save for each attack. Fail and fail. So it's okay. So that's gonna be against Skanuk then.
Sorry, Skadak.
17 and 17 both miss.
No biggie.
It like turns to me,
What?
decides against it, and turns to him, and hits his armor or whatever, misses as he
Just like-
dodges out of the way.
Just wacky. Sorry, go ahead.
When we got attacked by those orcs, Canuck managed to find like an old dwarven shield for some reason, and it's just been like, I imagine that's just like a wall in front of him.
you just hear this just like this barrage of claws, just like clang 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 clang, just like wacky flailing quaggers.
Sounds like he's done with his movement. Now around and boom.
Yeah, okay, it's a blast shield. That's exactly what it is.
Exactly. That is exactly what Skunk intends it for.
Alright. Meepo, now your turn again.
I'm going to disengage and let Skanak have some room.
Oh, hold on. 1 second. Oh, hold on. I don't think I took these guys' turns up here. Hang on.
Oh, yep, you're right.
Yep.
I will
Sorry about that.
hold off.
That's my fault. So, Hawks, you're gonna get 4 attacks against you.
Yep,
Alright, first
this
two.
was
One,
expected.
one on top, a 13 and an 18.
The 18 will hit.
Alright, and the bottom two, a 21 and a 9.
Okay, so 2 of them will hit.
Alright, that is going to be total of, so 5 for the first one, and then 8 for the second, for a total of 13.
13. Yep.
Math, I can math. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, Meepo, now it is your turn. Sorry about that.
Okay, then I'm going to do this instead first. Healing word for Hawks, 9. And then I'm going to disengage.
Okay.
Alrighty.
What is Fox wearing? Like chainmail and a shield?
Chainmail and a shield, yep.
We should fix that. If you're gonna be up front face tanking, we should get you like better armor.
And Toxus also does not have proficiency, or does not have any bonus to his dexterity, so the chainmail... Well, the chainmail is heavy, right? The chain shirt is medium. So now I'm going to be caught up on what kind of armor he's actually wearing.
My dastardly plan. So chainmail is heavy. We should get you at least like some splint. Because plate's bonkers, but we get you splint and can enchant your shield to do some fun stuff if you want.
Yeah, that would be pretty excellent.
Alrighty.
For future reference, as it turns to Scale's turn.
Yes. Do you know that, Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, how do you roll, like, picking up a creature and chucking him at a wall?
Normally there isn't a roll for that, but because I like fun, roll...
I'm not a meanie face and I like fun.
Exactly. Roll for me an athletics check, or like just a strength check using the ape stats. And for how far you throw it, let's see, depending on how high the check is, I'm gonna roll like falling damage for like each like increment of 10 feet. So we'll see how high you roll.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, just roll an athletics check. I'll have him roll a check too, like to contest to see if it's like halved or not. But yeah, so go ahead and roll that for the monkey. And which one are you doing it against? You doing it against the Thonot or the one below? Okay, Thonot. Okay, good to know. Okay. Oh. Okay. Not bad, but you do beat him out. So you throw him. Which direction would you want to throw him? Like against that far wall? Okay, let me see here. I'll say, Yeah, nah. Boom, boom. So, you watch as the Thonot splatters against the wall. From the sheer force of the throw. And all the others look very scared now. You watch as the Myconid Sovereign kind of like slowly tilts its head over in the direction of the corpse. Hey Mike, do you remember that song I sent to you of the mashup between those two songs? Do you remember the one of like?
Can you repeat that, because I just had to fix my earphones?
No, do you remember that that song I sent you a while back with like the mashup between DK and Sephiroth?
Oh, that one. Yes, that was glorious.
Ah, do you know where that is?
I can find it because he sent it to me.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
can look through our Discord.
Put it in meme so Caleb can hear that, and just so we can imagine what's going on while he's doing this. But okay, that is... I'll say that was your full action to do that.
Yeah, because technically, if I were to do a fist attack, it's a multi-attack. But throwing a rock, which is kind of what I was thinking this might be equivalent to...
Oh, okay.
Is a single attack. Like, I don't get to throw 2 rocks.
Gotcha.
So,
okay, so it kind of fits, kind of works out. All right, so that is your turn then. Unless you want to move.
nope. I'm right within range of, like, 3 of these guys.
All right, Hawks, that means it's your turn. You are between some nasty people.
Okay, but first consider where's the names? There we go. Okay, first consider that I was hunting that down, and I'm now listening to it.
Oh, right, sorry. Take your time, take your time.
Okay. Now I'm here. With it playing in the background, that's glorious.
It's scary.
Obviously, I can't play it on Twitch because it might have some... I don't know, if it's a mashup, maybe it's not copyright, but I don't want to risk it anyway. Put it, if you could put that in Twitch chat, actually, so you can, if you can.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah,
Well, do your turn and then put it in Twitch chat.
do it. Already in Twitch chat.
Never mind then.
Can't stop me.
Can't. The memes are too
Can't
strong
stop,
with this
won't
one.
stop.
Might stop.
You really can't stop me because I'm going to second wind.
Yeah, let's go.
Ah, he's gonna...
Regain 8 health.
Oh, I mean, it's something.
That's still really good. Second wind at this point is like a lot. Like I'm back up to 37,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
and obviously I'm doing that so I can't refresh the roar, but that's okay. I want to save a roar for later. But I still have the lingering effect of it, so I'm going to multi-attack with the spear against this one that's right above me.
All right, smack him.
I have advantage because of the roar from the previous turn.
That'll hit. All right.
Any chance I still have emboldening bond?
Yeah. I put it back on you guys at the beginning of the
Okay.
game.
12, so that's probably not going to be enough.
Misses by 1, unfortunately. It does still need to make a con save. Which it does pass, unfortunately. Is that, alright?
I'm kind of tempted to just say F it and action surge. But I'm burning through a lot of resources very quickly.
Save it.
So,
You'll
yeah, I'm
win it
going to
later.
save it. My job right now is to tank, and I've been doing okay at that. So, Hops is going to end his turn with that.
Alrighty. Something curious happens in the Spore Servant's turns. You watch as they slowly turn away from the giant ape and slowly start moving this way.
Ape.
Bet.
A swing and
Swing, swing, bada bada, swing. I will say the one that looks more damage is the one on the bottom.
26. Probably.
We're gonna go for the one. We're gonna go for the one on.
Bottom? Alright, go ahead and roll that damage. Oh. Gone. Splattered against the south wall. Boom! And just a puff of mushrooms fill the air.
It's like this one above it, just like is turning around to see what's going on, and just like a spray of fungal quaggoth hits in the face.
Because they're furred, they don't really sweat, but they're just like kind of like give each other like this side glance, like
nervous glance. Is this one moving too, or is this one staying where it is?
This one is also moving. This one's moving out of your reach, Hawks.
I'm gonna hold on to my reaction to potentially shield people.
Okay.
Alright. So that's their turn. Skanuk, it's now your turn again.
Yes.
These ne'er-do-wells before me.
Mm-hmm.
I've made a terrible mistake because they're next to one of my allies, so this attack is at normal instead of being a disadvantage. I'm going to cast Firebolt on the one... Oh no, they're not next to Meepo. Meepo isn't there.
Correct.
Meepo's abandoned me. Alright.
Somewhere out there.
This is one of those things where the cannon going after me actually would matter, because it could... Okay. Well, in that case, we're just going to... Yeah, I'm still gonna shoot them. It's gonna be a disadvantage, but I'm gonna shoot the one directly above them.
We lost Meepo.
No,
lost
Meepo!
Stephen!
Stephen, come back! Okay. So I'll just reconnect then. Okay, just go ahead and take your turn, Skanuk.
Okay, so Firebolt, one directly above me. 10.
Oh,
Definitely
natural one. Unfortunately, that will miss.
Oh, that was a good roll as well. Oh well. Tutting. And cannon is going to go up one, so it can turn and blaze it.
Foosh.
That was just a distraction.
So one will pass, one will fail.
Fair enough. They take 13 fire damage.
15 and 6 respectively. Irrespectively.
Alrighty, this one. Alright. The one right above you starts to get angry. Starts frothing at the mouth.
Last thing, the cannon will use the last 10 feet of its movement to go here.
Alrighty. The leader is dead, so that is going to be removed from the turn order. This guy has fewer than 10 hit points. And so gains his Wounded Fury ability. He has advantage on his attack rolls. And something else. But we'll see what happens when it comes to that. It's going to make 2 attacks on you, Scanuck.
Okay.
Oh, that's bad.
He's gonna re-roll that. That's what we're keeping the runic shield for.
All right.
Way to go. Champion move.
Is that within 5 feet? What's the range on that?
60 feet.
Ooh, nice. All right, so then re-roll. That would have been 16 then.
As a point of order, would it be all right if I move the cannon 1 space to the right? It would have had the space to do so, but I didn't want to put it into the token.
Sure. Oh, sure. You. Oh, here. Go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Would it be the 16? He was attacking with advantage, right?
Right. Okay. If you want me to re-roll it, oh, sure. But I mean, I think it still misses anyway.
It's an additional die on top of everything else that gets rolled.
Okay, so that's an 11 then.
Force the attacker to re-roll the d20 and use the new roll. So, oh, I see what you're saying, because then the 16 would still be like the lowest he could roll with the advantage or something.
Right. I mean, because I think that would have missed his AC anyway. But no, I see what you're saying. I guess it would be like super disadvantage at that point. I don't know how that works exactly.
Triple disadvantage.
Triple disadvantage. Okay, so that was the first attack. Now the second attack. Oh, you've got to be kidding me!
Well, it's a good thing he's not taking 2 of those then.
Yeah?
Right?
Yes, okay. Ow. Oh,
okay,
God,
so,
that's high enough.
Okay, hang on. With Wounded Fury, this is going to be awful.
So, there is something that's going to happen as well, though.
Okay. Repulsion
So
shield.
he goes flying 15 feet away.
Does he take any damage from that?
I don't think he takes damage. And I do think he still rolls, but I wanted to put it in before I forgot.
Okay. So you get hit, like, right in the across the gut, like, cool,
Right
but
next
then,
to Monkey.
like, with every action, there is an opposite, an equal reaction. Boom! Right against the monkey.
What's up, little guy?
So you take 22 points of slashing damage.
And so I return you to Monkey. He just goes flying. Skunk's quite bad to hit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with Wounded Fury gives an extra 2d6 on that. So an extra d6 for the regular attack is 2, and then like that's the 66 total. It's nasty.
Ah, God, this was the dice god saying they wanted Skunk to take a lingering.
Yep. And this guy next to you is also going to get an attack. Oh, hang on. I can't do /R twice. That would be bad. Is going to be a 22 for the first one and a 10 for the second one.
You know what? I'm injured enough that I'm gonna tell that 22 to fuck off with shield.
All right. Fair enough. Alrighty.
Ow.
That means it's only these two guys. So these two right here, they're going to take 2 attacks against you, huh? Actually, no. How brave are they? Let me roll something. Not very brave.
Now we ask.
Nah, they're not going against Monkey. They are going to attack you twice instead, Hux.
Alright.
So a natural 1 and a 19 for the second one for the first guy. Yes.
Wait, isn't...
Oh, sorry, no.
19 is gonna.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't see that. I thought
my
I
apologies. That was my minor injury roll.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's just a minor scar then. Right across.
So yes,
okay.
the 6 and the 12 will absolutely not hit.
Okay, sorry. I saw the 19. I thought the 19 was my roll. My bad. 21 though for the first and 14 for the second.
The 21 will hit, the 14 will not.
Hawks is doing pretty poorly too, right?
I'm over half health. I'm
Okay.
still over half health taking that 5. I'm still at 32 out of 60.
Alrighty. So
Hey,
that's-
listen, without Savage here, someone needs to be the tank, okay? Someone needs to soak as much... The amount of damage Savage could soak and still be, like, perfectly fine was unbelievable.
Crazy.
Birds, man.
Alright, that's their turn. Meepo, your go.
Meepo is going to fall on her knees, grovel, cower, and beg, and then use Mass Healing Word to heal all 3 of you 3.
Alright.
So it is,
Bowser.
roll high, please. Okay.
It's better than a 1.
And then grovel, cower, and beg as well. I will put that up for you. That should be an action, right? And that's a bonus
Alright.
action. And so both of those should be affected by the grovel, cower, and beg. So you don't have to worry about roaring or anything.
Alright.
Advantageous attacks for them.
Hey, Scales. This lad right here needs beaten.
Unfortunately, so does the 2 guys headed towards their dead companion, and I don't like that.
True.
Considering that the Sovereign hasn't fought,
I wonder if there's like. I wonder if it's like with him dead, it reasserted control, or if it's like
that's what I was wondering.
Also, I got the name of that guy right.
Giant fist. Oh god.
And here comes the giant fist! That hits.
Wow.
Yeah, he's dead.
Gone.
just atoms.
Gone. Reduced to atoms.
Gorilla punch.
DK. DK. DK.
It's actually kind of easy to imagine that he wound it up like DK's big punch in Smash.
It is pretty easy to imagine. Oof. And unfortunately, action. No, yeah, that misses.
Do
by
have
one.
emboldening bond.
Right, you do. And with the emboldening bond, you would hit anyway. He's somehow still alive after that punch, but barely holding on. It is a lot of damage, but they are very chunky blads.
And he's furied now, I'm guessing.
You wouldn't be able to tell because you're a monkey, but the rest of you looks normal. Doesn't look angry. Just seems like a mindless creature going this direction.
Oh.
I don't think your monkey, because I think your ape form uses its own mental stats, correct? So I don't think that it would actually recognize that. All right, is that your turn?
Yes.
All right, Hawks.
Alright, I have advantage against these two. that top guy I'm going to go at with the javelin, take advantage of this advantage. I'm going to put as much hurt onto him as I can.
Alrighty. 24 will definitely hit, and the 25 definitely will.
Okay. So, 17 damage and 2 con saves.
Alright, minus 17. You watch as that guy also starts to begin to froth at the mouth in fury, and 2 con saves. 21, a natural 20, so he does succeed.
Okay. And...
A shield master, you can use your bonus action, right?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna try to knock him prone.
Alrighty.
So it'll be a shove, athletics against whatever he does to knock him prone.
Alright, that's a natural one, you win.
Technically, I think I should have been doing the 13 there, but
It's a
still.
natural one. Boom! Falls to the ground.
And that will be it for Hawks for now.
Alright. The Spore Servants continue walking this way. If you want an opportunity attack, you can certainly make one, Caleb. And here comes the Giant Fist! This one is destroyed. And as this one gets the corpse of the Thonaut, you watch as the Myconid tilts its head towards the body, and the Spore Servant rips off one of its arms and just sprinkles some of the spores onto the corpse. And that is all they do.
Rips off its own arm?
Rips off its own arm, yes.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Skanuk, your turn. There's this lad right here.
Oh. Yeah.
He's blocked in.
Yeah, there is.
No mercy.
No mercy indeed. So a straight roll of a firebolt to the face. Scoop. Deals 15 fire damage.
By some miracle, he is still alive, but hanging on by the thread.
And Skinnup will walk here and trigger the cannon.
He doesn't even need to make the save. He's incinerated.
Even,
He had one hit
just
point
doesn't
left.
even look. Oof. Just doesn't even look at him as. Oh wow! 14 fire damage goes off. Yep.
Charge.
He like walks past the fire gleaming off of his goggles.
You just hear. Charred body, nothing.
Yep. That's how Skinnup goes.
Alright.
You hear the dwarves in the other room go, "Oh, that was bad."
That sounded bad. Ooh.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's fine.
This guy. Sorry, that was your turn, Skinnock?
Yep, I see no reason to move further.
Alright, this guy stands up using half his movement. Roll a d2 here. He'll have to roll against Sanctuary if he rolls a 2. Okay, so he's going to use his... let's see, he's going to use his roll wisdom saving throws to see if he gets past. I don't think it will. No. Alright, Hawks, here we go. 2 attacks with advantage. That's a 24 for the first attack. And a 17 for the second one.
17 won't hit, and 24 will.
Alright, so you are gonna take... Ooh, 14 points of slashing damage as he starts snarling and foaming as he starts slashing and slashing. The claws biting in deeper this time with unrestrained fury. And this one will also try and get Meepo, but of course... does a 17 go through, Meepo?
Through my spell save DC? Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Alright, this is going to be an attack then
For the
against
first
you.
time in a long time I'm being attacked.
I know. Will it actually hit though is the question. Oh yeah, that'll
That is
hit.
the question. 15
23.
is my armor class, so yeah, it should hit.
Well no,
Uh,
it's 23 to actually hit you. 17 was the
I know. 15 is my armor class.
Yes, Hawks?
he'll re-roll that d20 for the actual hit.
Okay. Putting in work. Putting in a lot of work actually. 18 still,
18 still
unfortunately.
hits. Anyway, I'm not gonna die from one Quaggoth swing.
Alright.
5
Not unless
damage.
5 points of
Not
slashing
unless it's a
damage.
natural 20. I feel like 66 actually would threaten me a little bit.
It would. That would have been that would have been bad.
My constitution's still going, or my concentration's still going, so I'm good.
Right. Speaking of concentration, Meepo, it's your turn.
It is my turn. I'm gonna get off of being prone and go, well, that was rude, and kind of brush myself off. And then, gonna take an opportunity attack from these two guys. I'm gonna move over to here.
Alright, wisdom saves for both of them. A 14 and a 6. Yeah, no.
So I'm gonna move over to here. And, touch. So that doesn't work. Let me see what this says. Doesn't a dead creature count as non-hostile?
Well, it wouldn't count as a creature anymore.
Right, if purity doesn't affect it.
No, it would not.
Okay. I suppose moving is my main aim at the moment.
Okay.
I guess I'll move over to here and just grovel, cower, and beg by the Myconid Sovereign and the remaining Quaggoth there to give advantage against those two,
Alright.
especially for Monkey. I suppose I'll go to here. Oh, wait, I want to be here for both of them.
Right, you don't want an opportunity attack.
Well, no, I was deciding where I was going to go to grovel, cower, and beg, and I realized I wanted to be next to the Quaggoth and give that one advantage too.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I wasn't moving out of that spot into that spot. I was just heading from my spot here where I was going over there. So
Alright.
that's my turn.
So at the end of your turn, the Myconid Sovereign will go. You watch as it tries to reach out a hand to grab the creature by the neck with its remaining arm.
Which creature?
The Myconid Sovereign, the mushroom creature.
But who is it grabbing?
Oh, hang
Grabbing
on.
the
Oh, no. Oh, sorry, you confused me too, Meepo. There's no enemy on this side. That's a Spore Servant.
yes.
Yep. Never mind then.
Oh, so the Myconid Sovereign was trying to grab this?
That's how it should be, yes, my bad. He tries to grab that by its throat and lifts it up. Some of those spores start to go into its body. And it rises. in your mind, Scales, you hear a voice. Or rather, a puff of smoke and spores comes from the creature. And you kind of kind of sneezes your monkey form. Go ahead and make a con save for me.
You should be immune to poison and disease, I think, from my aura.
This is something a little bit different. It's not poison.
Am I sitting here standing on concentration for a 4th level spell that doesn't matter for the entire fight?
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I moved prematurely. I was here first. Does that matter?
No, it wouldn't matter. It's fine. You do hear a voice in your mind, though.
I moved, and then the dude activated his thing.
Yep, it does have a range, though. Actually, oh no, this doesn't actually require a con save. You're fine. Instead, you just hear a voice in your mind. Stop. I am not your enemy. The mushroom man looks at you and kind of bars a hand towards the other creature right here. They are a part of me. Please do not attack them. Alright, that is all I can do, though. It is your turn, though. DK.
Is there anything that's giving me advantage currently on these guys? Ooh, wait. Do I still have pack tactics for being a kobold?
No, unfortunately. Once you become the ape, that changes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was giving you advantage on these two.
Alright. Here comes the giant fist. Bop!
Just bodies flying. Same thing.
Boom! Bop! Skanuk, you see a body splattering across right next to you.
It bounces over Skanuk and the artillery.
Yeah.
Okay. With that final blow, however, it seems that combat has come to a close, seemingly. As the Myconid Sovereign raises up its hand, as if to say stop.
I imagine just like the giant ape like running up behind them, just like clapping their heads together.
So are we not fighting it, I guess?
You, Meepo, as soon as you say that, the creature turns its head towards you and a cloud of spores comes across you. I am not your enemy. Please, do not fight.
Well, I'm all for that. What are you doing here, then?
I was captured and brought here against my will. They wanted me to use my spores to serve them, to create my own children and use them to harm others.
That's rude.
I only wish to be left alone, so I can spread my spores in peace. But they wanted to use me for their own ends. But now I am free. What are you clicking on, Scales? Or no, what's,
Oh, sorry, I was pinging for no reason. That was just me.
okay.
Messing around. Sorry.
Gotcha.
My apologies.
That's fine.
Well then, I'm glad we could help. I didn't even realize we could communicate with you. That's a good thing.
Through my
May
spores.
Eldath's blessings go with you.
I do not know this, Eldath. But may my spores flow within you all, and let us all become one in mind.
I'll contact you later about Eldath, but I've got some other things I've got to see too. Do you know where the leader of them all is?
I have not seen the cruel despo known as Zodarak. I am sorry I cannot be of more help to you. But perhaps I can do this.
And he kind of raises a hand, and two of the spore servants head your way, kind of flank you, Hux. My children can help you fight, if you wish.
Oh, they were pretty tough at least.
It is too dangerous for me here. I will wait here for now, until it is safe. Then I will leave.
Eh?
Kind of slowly... This is a very large creature, by the way. I want to point that out. I don't think I mentioned it previously, but this creature is at least 9 feet tall.
That's 3 Meepos stacked on top of each other. 4 Skinux. 4.5.
So it goes into this, plungers into this room over here.
What is the deal with this throne?
Well, as you take a look at it, what you can see, the throne itself is quite large, at least I'd say 5 feet on each side. It's quite, like with the rest of Duergar architecture, it's quite square, quite plain, but because it's made of chartolin, there are some jagged edges, probably from the construction not being as precise, due to the fragility and odd nature of the material. The throne
Did you go back from being monkey?
Yes, I'm done being monkey.
Oh, I was hoping maybe you could crush the throne, but I guess you can't when you're not a monkey.
I could cast Shatter.
I have a better idea. Do we want this in for anything before I set it on fire?
Well, there is one thing, actually. You notice that on its person, so on this creature right here, and on this creature right here, you see a jar of those same spores that were circling around the Myconid Sovereign.
Interesting. Gonna sniff the jar.
Alright. You sniff the jar, and you're fine, because you have Aura Purity still up.
Excellent.
Oh, I guess how...
She's perfectly safe. Chug.
No. Look, I feel bad because it didn't apply the whole fight. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm gonna let it at least count for something here.
I actually, I checked Spell Refueling Ring to see if I could give it to you, but it requires a attunement. Maybe in the future I should give you one. Let's see.
Yeah, sorry, the Spore Servants don't do any poison damage. They just do slashing damage. I'm so sorry, Stephen.
Well, better safe than sorry, I guess. And I don't think anybody... Well, maybe. No.
They were
We'll see.
collecting this, and they were trying to make more of the zombies. So I'm just going to pour one of the jars onto this dead thing here.
Alrighty. You pour the spores onto the dead corpse of the Quaggoth. And as you do, very quickly, the spores form fungal growths quite rapidly. And it becomes a spore servant and rises back up.
Will you come with us too, I wonder?
There is a slow nod.
Excellent. Let's get the other one as well.
There's a couple more over here, too.
Ooh. That's true.
So 1 jar for 1 body.
Oh, okay.
So
we get
let's see, there were... How many Spore Servants were there? They each had one.
So there were 4 spore servants total. So this one over here actually would have one as well. So that would be technically 4 total jars.
Let's use all of those if we can. Get a bunch of weak shields.
Yeah, so the Spore Servants can't be reanimated because they're too
They've
destroyed.
already been used.
Yeah. However, these two Quaglets down here are viable, as is this one up here.
Right, so let's go ahead and do all that.
Alright, so I'm gonna pour them all in the same
Meebo will
spot.
help.
So, the throne. Do we have any use for the throne before Snook tries to burn it down?
Well, I would tell you right now, simply trying to burn the throne probably would not work. Even though it had a somewhat of a low melting point, that was just straight into a pure forge, like a really hot forge. Fire, probably wouldn't melt it.
What about shatter?
Maybe.
What about a crowbar to topple it?
Well, I think the throne would be far too heavy to be toppled, honestly. But shatter, maybe.
I don't know. It's like a...
Far too heavy for giant hawks with a crowbar? With a giant crowbar?
Well, when you put it
You
like
want to
that...
go big just to topple the throne, though.
I was planning on using a giant's might in that fight and never had room or a moment that I didn't have another option. So, yes, this is one of those things that you don't do that often. So,
I
yes.
suppose so.
Alright,
I will attempt to topple it.
with advantage. 20. Because these bonuses technically don't stack, but I'll add like a +5 onto that. So 25. With your gigantic strength, it actually is still a bit of a challenge, even with your increased size. It is a very heavy material, but with enough time and effort, you topple the throne over. It is now on its side and slightly cracked as part of the chartland breaks off. But it seems like nothing else happens. Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm here, yeah. I'm just waiting for shatter or whatever else was gonna happen.
Oh, I will back up if not.
Spellcaster's just casting second level spells so freely.
Right.
Alright, go ahead and roll the damage for that for me. Double check something here. At third level. Okay, so just roll the damage for me then. "26 points of thunder damage. Alright. With that, it appears the hardness of the metal truly shows itself here. A long, spider-like crack forms along the surface of the throne, but it does not break.
Well, at this point, it might just be like, beat it up.
Yeah, Hawks, you got any pythons that you could bash into the cracks?
I used my python setting that trap upstairs. I still do have, though.
Roll something here.
I've got a hammer and crowbar. Imagine just like a bunch of guards come in and start just like, to find us defiling the throne instead of...
Well, funny you should say that.
We did just cast shatter and had cast thunderclap.
We are
There was a
casting
battle.
lot of loud spells, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, even the loud clanging can't hide a shatter, which is, what is that?
I thought about casting silence while you cast shatter, but I was like, they've probably already heard the battle.
And the thunder wave as well.
Right.
That and any silence would have basically eliminated the effectiveness of Shatter and Thunderwave because anything inside the radius of the silence is immune to thunder damage.
Oh, is it? Even things that are
Because
objects.
thunder damage is completely negated in an area of silence.
Oh, so it just gets rid of thunder damage, and it's not. It doesn't like prevent things that can hear from taking thunder damage.
Basically.
Oh.
Well, as you guys are beating the crap out of this throne, just like clang, clang, dunk, 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 clang, clang, whoosh, you hear the doors to the north open. What in bloody hell? You see 4 Duergar guards erupt from the door, and sounds of more footsteps approaching. And unfortunately, because of time, I will have to call this session there for tonight.
What's
That's
the
par
name
for the
of
course.
the lady? Can you write down the name of the lady and the name of the
Absolutely.
man? Because I don't. I was
Like
trying to
Grand
make
Dolpha or
notes.
something?
Yes, the woman's name was Grandolpha. Grandolpha Musgart. And the guy's name was Zardorok Sunblight.
It's probably for the best we stop here because Canuck was about to go into. I was about to go into like a full. I need to speak to the manager with Canuck.
Yeah. All right. And with that, we will end this stream, though. So if you've been watching, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.